We're going live. We're going live. You're live.
Hello.
Carrot Dog jump scare. Also, the face light is horrendously on shot.
Yeah.
Okay, I just saw that on the preview. Hello, folks. How are we? Right, we're still setting up. We've been doing lots of setup, and then suddenly we were just like, oh, it's time. A tiny bit lower. Yep, that's perfect.
There you go.
It's alive. It sure is. We're not quite there yet, but we've got enough to go live. So, that printer, oh, it's almost done. Good. All right, I'm going to check bench cam. Bench cam. Bam. Bam. Bench cam. And
It's very much in the wrong place.
it is, but
I'm about to move it.
Yep. We are adjusting.
Actually, I'm going to go that side.
Yeah, then I would pull it back through the tube, undo and pull back. Yeah. I'll come off of that camera while you're doing that. Yeah. Yeah, that should do it. Good. Right. And bench cam with face. Right, let's... We are not zoomed.
Which way's straight?
I'll just do it in software.
How much lean over does that give?
Right.
Okay. A lot.
Yeah, good. Yep. Good. All right. Whoop. That is a fancy Mobo. You always wanted one like that. It is. Yeah, like so far, Carrot Dog is just like, Asus. But also he's like, this is a lot less awful than the last high-end Asus that I looked at. So
I'll have you know, there has been very few complaints.
it's only got 2 memory slots, Carrot Dog. Can't be very good if it's only got 2 memory slots.
Why is there so much?
Seems like a you problem. Anyway.
Well, because I'm here.
Yes.
Okay.
Rude but accepted. All right. What's wrong with this computer? It's the problem with this computer is it's not fast enough. Yeah, we're going to make it faster, and we're going to. Okay. Punch in ever the so slightly. Picking up background hum and noise. Yes, there will be some background hum because we've got the fan is on whiz at the moment because we've been running the 3D printer, and we were running 3D printer with the fan off, and Carrot Dog was just like, it smells of 3D printer in here.
Yes.
So I was like, yeah, we should probably turn on the fan. So we're just going to leave the fan on full tilt for a bit just to cycle the air in the room, and then we can turn it down. Speaking of which, it's finished, so I'm going to quickly get the print.
I'm going to
Wait,
also slowly
Oh, that didn't home. That was weird.
de-item the bench. Does it actually think it's finished?
Yeah. It
Yesn't?
yeah, it looks finished. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, just for some reason or other, the
over there.
Oh shit! Stop! Stop! Stop!
Do you
stop.
just tell it to start printing again?
Oh, I told it to. I said home axis to send the print head back to the corner, and it started doing a height home while the print was still on the bed. So it would have just crashed straight into the print. So I literally just had to hit the emergency stop on the printer.
No, 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 no! Do not. There you go. Right. That's gone. That's out. That's out. Lovely. Good.
There we go.
Don't need you. Don't need you. Blah, blah, blah. Yes.
Oh yeah, no. I think there's no world where this is going to bend enough. We've been 3D printing we've 3D printed a Mark 1 for a new bracket for the res, which as you can see is not perpendicular.
He's done a bit of it.
Yeah. However, yeah, I can't see a world where that's actually going to fit on. That's just going to snap. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna need some rethinking. Oh yeah.
By the power of
just YOLO.
I thought you can. Hold on. By the magic of buying 2 of them.
Yeah, it just broke there.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. There was only one way to find out. Although if we put it around the bottom and then slid it up, oh, that would have worked. But
yeah, but also don't forget this one doesn't have the rubber ring on it.
yeah, well then we could just squeeze that over the rubber ring and stuff. Yeah, that still need a Mark II. I think we need to do a Mark II one of these. I mean, I guess we could just make the gap bigger, or could we make something that actually clamps together?
It only actually needs to have 2 arms like this with a tiny bit coming in,
Yeah,
really, doesn't it?
That's what I was
thinking. And you can
thinking.
make this bit thicker.
Yeah.
So it doesn't actually need to bend through here.
Yeah.
And you're just taking the weight on.
Yeah, fine. Oh.
This is what we printed.
Yes.
And basically we were saying about making this bit thicker on the version 2. And then just having these be like arms, so it's a much bigger gap here, so you can more easily slide the bottom of the pump into this. And end up with it like that, but there is a rubber ring that goes around the bottom that dampens some of the vibration.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would probably work. So yeah, we should try. I don't think we'll bother doing it now, because since that's not going to work for us now, we won't bother undoing this.
Yeah.
However, before we finish up today, we should try screwing that onto the plate to check if all of the mount holes work.
Yeah.
Because if the mount holes work, then it's a case of cool, that's going to work. Adjust the arms and then go for reals. So yeah, not bad for a first attempt. What about making the arms thin so they're spring? Yeah, it's a difficult balancing point. If you make them thinner, then they have less strength. So that was the unknown bit. But this was literally just a mock-up Mark I attempt. And so I was just like, yeah, let's just see what happens. Well, you know what? That's strained, but that hasn't actually fully snapped. I'd almost be I'm kind of tempted to actually attempt a fitment on that. Oh, Caradog's going for the liquid metal though. So, can I punch into that?
Oops, there is too much.
Yeah.
I have a mistake.
I'll let you sort out your crimes there. I'm going to move this across a little bit further.
Nope, that is just a bit of solder. Good. You small ball of annoyance.
It is weird stuff.
There we go.
Liquid metal, it's very weird stuff.
All
right. Okay, right. Before I carry on waffling, let's just talk about what we're actually going to do today. It is Saturday the 24th of February.
It is.
February or February? Serious question.
It's February, mate.
Well, we. All right. Okay. Yeah. So this is an Asus Z790 Apex Maximus.
Yes.
ROG. And it's got a 13900 KS in it, which is apparently a high bind chip as well. And we're going to try and overclock it.
There you go.
We've got the Thermalright contact frame. We've got the Thermalright contact frame holding in the chip. Caradog is currently attempting for the first time ever to use liquid metal.
There we go.
And then we've got an alpha cool water cooling loop going onto it. And this cooling setup, we've had this dissipating 600 watts of heat before, so it should have the ability to do decent amounts. And because we've got a contact frame and liquid metal, we should be able to...
Please stick to the CPU, thank you.
We should be able to actually get some fairly... Oh, there we go, it's doing the thing. We should be able to get some fairly serious heat extraction out of this now. I'm guessing Caradog has actually watched a video on how to do this, because it looks like he knows what he's doing.
That's the important part.
What, that you look like you know what you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah, I've encountered liquid metal before, just not had to apply it. That's...
Oh, was it on
looks
a
like it's-
PS5?
Yeah, well, no, not on a PS5. It was on some gaming laptop where I had to take off the heatsink. Oh, no, it was on a PS5, yeah. And I saw the liquid metal. I was like, oh, shit, I forgot these things were LM'd. And so basically, I just held it all steady and then just put it back on again. And I was just like, I'm just going to hope that it just mounts up again. Should have gone thermal paste first as a baseline. Maybe yeah, that's true. I don't know if we I don't know how much we're not trying to measure the cooling performance that much. We just want it to be cool. So our objectives today are we want to we're kind of hoping that we can get some high clock speeds out of this thing, make it go burr. We're not going to try and break records or anything, although if we get some big numbers, then cool. But yeah, this is mainly just, again, overclocking practice. We're practicing just bench overclocking. We pre-filled the water cooling loop before the show started, and we've got a new, bigger res, and Caradog did the slickest, easiest fill we've ever seen, where literally just filled it up, turned the radiator once, and it just pumped the air out. Done. So that, we were very, very happy with how that went. So again, we're going to do a bit of overclocking. We also want to we're going to have a look at memory speed a bit as well as part of it, I think.
Yeah, just a smidgen.
Yeah, don't know. It's up to Caradog what we're doing today, basically. So yeah, get this guy mounted up, and then we're ready to go, I guess. All right. Cool. Right. I'm going to catch up on chat. Didn't grind down the IHS. No.
Absolutely not.
No. We're not going quite that madness yet. How big's the radiator? Is that a 360?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a 360mm radiator, but it's a pretty thick boy. Is that the EK?
Yes, it's the EK LC Solutions Coolstream PE 360.
That's a very long name for a radiator, but it's a big, thick boy 360. And yeah, the last time we were running this loop full tilt, we had a 3950X on it, a 3090. No, it was a 3080, wasn't it?
It was a 3080 with like a 380 watt power target.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, a high power target 3080, a 5950X. So we were probably pushing about 500 watts at least, and it seemed to be handling it admirably. So we know that this loop can do a decent amount of cooling. 3 RAM slots, not quite. That extra one is a DIM.2 slot. So you have
it's on the text of the keyboard.
Yeah. So you can get one of these things. This is a card with some. Oh, where's the shot? There it is. One of these things. It's a card that you can put M.2 drives into and stuff like that, and that plugs into that and gives you more M.2 slots.
Right. Now we stand that back up.
P, so 45mm. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm going to grab the calipers.
It is the thick boy. Was that JD? Yes.
Whoop. No, not 45mm. It's
Is it?
Yeah, it's 40mm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Could have sworn they were 45s. Yeah.
Or the housing is 40mm anyway.
Yeah.
The fins come in a bit smaller than that, possibly 35mm. The outer diameter of the housing is 40mm.
Good.
Is DIM.2 ASUS only?
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's proprietary, but I think ASUS are the only people that care about it. Super handy for a custom loop. Can't access your M.2 slots without dismantling it. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I hadn't considered that.
Yeah, if you've water-cooled the GPU.
Yeah,
probably.
It does actually mean that you can swap out your M.2s without the thing. So yeah. One M2 for one dim. I think the cards can take 2 drives each.
Yeah. If you want to...
Yeah. What do you need?
No, that's fine.
Cool. Okay. That looks like too much LM. Never used it, seen it applied, so what do I know? Yeah, who knows?
I've only applied it to one side and just smeared it on the other side.
Bearing in mind that it's just it's a film that we've applied
Yeah,
there,
so it's only actually on the CPU. I haven't applied any to the heatsink. And most applications you see, they apply it to both. But it's the fact I realised, oh, I've already blocked this up, so I can't actually put this flat.
Yes.
Lay it out a bit, mount it up, put the blocks on.
Yep.
So, yeah. It's also a case of if there is slightly too much, it will squish around a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got both. Matt says I would have put a bit more on the cooler, so yeah, we've got opinions from both sides there.
Yeah, and we'll obviously we can adjust and see because we'll just be looking at temps anyway.
Yeah. What's the liquid metal cleaning method? Can you just wipe it off?
I think that once you've broken the surface tension so it stops being a ball, it will just wipe up like that.
Yeah.
So are we on the bench cam? Here, there are some bits.
Oh wow, that's hideously overexposed. I'll just hang on a sec, I'll put it on auto for a sec. Auto exposure. I should tame it down. There we go.
So you can see here there are some bits. This is liquid metal. Once I actually broke the surface tension, it does just go onto a piece of kitchen towel. So that will be my plan, because now that I've broken the surface tension by actually spreading it out, I will just, wipe that up. It's also a case of that is it in the top of a cotton bud.
Yeah.
So you can probably just pick up a clean cotton bud and keep kind of picking it up.
Ooh, remote controller. That's new. I'm going to start controlling the camera from my mobile phone.
I'm going to play with my new toy. Where is the screwdriver? I had it, and then I put it down. That was the mistake.
The big boy?
Yeah, that'll do. Yes.
The smaller boy is back on the rack. Go to the corresponding web page. Oh my god, that's not web facing. Okay, it failed to connect. I'm going to fiddle with that another time. If that was actually web facing, I'd be like, what? Absolutely not. Right. Okay. I'm going to grab my Oasis. Whoop. Right. Does this dim thingy have some special option in the BIOS? It just works, I think. It's just wired through to PCI Express slots.
Good.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
If the motherboard has it, then the motherboard will do the thing, basically.
The thing!
Yeah. Oh, we need video capture.
Yes.
Yeah, I will start setting that up.
That's why the gamer...
Gamer.
The EVGA is on the floor.
Ah, yes.
With the HDMI's plugged in.
Oh, you've already done the thing.
Yes.
Caradog set us up the bomb.
Yes. Good.
Right, let's see. Right, if we go to... I will do that in a sec, yeah.
Rugaba.
Do you want you've got a keyboard? Yeah. Animax thing is there. Cotton buds. Good. Where's the print for coffee grinder?
There you go.
Oh, we did. It has been redone. Yeah, we don't have that to hand today though.
It is done. It is done.
All set.
Ah, it's the important part.
Need the RGB for the water block. Okay. Let's see.
It gives extra performance. Out the way. There you go. Right.
All right. We go.
Not yet, because I need to plug the pump in.
Oh, yeah, that will help.
Oops. Right. Good. Good, 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 good.
Cool.
Good. Excellent.
When you did the
Lovely
BIOS update earlier on, did you just
Yes.
go straight up to latest?
I did 1803, I think, and then 2202.
Fair enough. I will assume that any updates that it wanted to do, it will have done, I'm assuming. So, yeah.
Yeah, I did an intermediary one just because it was on like 1401. And then it was like going from 1401 to 2202 or something. I was just like, oh, that's quite a lot.
Yes.
I will do an interstitial update.
Very well.
Just in case. Also, I'm going to close this up just in case. I don't want it going.
It's going to fall on the floor at some point and go.
America.
Are you done?
We are safe from the threat.
Good.
The threat has been neutralized. Excellent. Huh!
The arm has been disarmed.
Look at it. Look at it.
No, bubbles. That's
Bubbly,
fine.
bubbly, bubbly, bubbly.
That's still pretty good considering we've done almost zero bleeding for that loop.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun
Good.
dun.
I assume we've got the I saw you put the M.2 drive in there. Good. That has posted. All right.
Ta-da! Did it.
The capture. That's not what I wanted. How about that?
Oh.
There we go. CPU fan speed detection error.
Oh.
All right. Time to do a couple of tweaks in BIOS first then, I guess.
Time to remember to actually plug the pump in.
Right. I'm going to take a seat. The other chair is there.
There you go.
And I'm going to tell that fan to calm the hell down as well.
Chill. Your beans. There you go. Did it.
Cool.
Auto everything.
Might want to set chassis fan 2 to max as well. I'm assuming that we're just going to set the rad fans on max and glue the knob shut.
Oh, no, not that one. Hold on. Wah.
I can't see the bottom right of the screen because it's blocked by the radiator. So I looked over at the preview and I can't see it there because it's blocked by us. So that was very strange.
Good. Do I want to change anything else at this time? I do not believe so.
Good. Right, let's just make sure it gets to Windows and
CPU
works first, I guess.
maximum, chassis fan 2 maximum. Good. Those are the fan headers we are using.
Groovy. Right, so do you have a plan? If so, what's your... do you have initial thoughts of what you plan to do, or should we start formulating a plan?
I was going to run whatever's in the overclocking folder and basically just go, this is what it does.
Yeah.
For like Cinebench
Yeah.
24, Y Cruncher, whatever, no, Limpack Extreme.
Yeah.
And just go, this is what auto everything does.
Yeah. So yeah, because yeah, so we'll go for, I guess we'll go for some Cinebench numbers because Cinebench is something that people can relate to a bit more. it's not. I guess I was about to say it's not a serious benchmarking program per se, but it's also just accessible because it's very easy for someone to just download. It's very easy for someone to download Cinebench and run it on their own computer and get a basis of comparison. What are you looking for?
The antennas.
Ooh.
They're in my hand.
Okay. Cinebench 23 is like 38,000. Very well. That's what we're expecting to see then. So straight away it'll be interesting to see if it's doing more than that just on just by virtue of the fact that we've just put it on big cooling.
We do not have drivers.
Very well. Because the thing with modern CPUs, like modern Intels and to a similar extent modern AMD, is that they are mostly temperature limited. So if you can keep them cool, they will just boost more. The majority of people onboard Wi-Fi no good.
It doesn't have the drivers.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, we've got.
I've already installed these drivers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say we've got a USB adapter that would have done, but yeah.
I've already installed these ones as far as I'm aware.
Fine. Is this the sim racing setup? Sort of. It was the same rig that we were using when we were doing the sim racing.
Yeah, it's the same SSD.
Yeah, hence why F1 20 whatever was installed.
Now give me Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Bigger ad, more clocks. Yes, it certainly helps. When you get to this point of heat output, though, from a single chip, in my opinion, like obviously a bigger rad is going to help, but also your biggest enemy is heat extraction. It's getting the heat out of the chip, obviously, if you have a bigger radiator, then your coolant is cooler and it can absorb more heat faster. So that's going to help. But also, if you've got more heats coming out, if you can get the heat out of the CPU more efficiently, that means you can use your coolant more efficiently, which means you need to cool the coolant even less. So yeah, that's the option that we're going for. We're going for a super mega good mount rather than just massively oversized radiators. Do you reckon it'll work if I put a shot in this Oasis?
No.
And yes, that was vodka.
Oh, apparently no. I didn't install the drivers for that adapter. Whoops.
Almost like I have equipment for this exact scenario.
Wow. It's almost like I also have the driver on here.
Don't be spiteful. Just use the USB adapter. Someone's going to extract my Wi-Fi password from the sound of the keyboard.
From the sound of keyboard. Oh no!
No.
Damn it, Asus Armory Crate.
Oh my god. Oh no. Should have disabled that in BIOS. Installing. Why is it installing it automatically? It didn't even give us the option to not install it. It's just
because
doing
it said, "Do you want to install the Wi-Fi driver?" And I clicked yes.
Oh, okay.
And installing the Wi-Fi driver apparently installs Armory Crate.
Oh.
And I'm like,
this is your job now.
Thanks, Asus.
I'm
Asus.
I'm hosting your performing or something. Do you want something to stand that monitor on to get a bit more height on it? I'm going to grab a tactical box.
Yes. That works quite nicely. Imagine doing all that work to find out the password is password.
Oh, are we good?
Yeah, it was just the fact
yeah.
that the screen started lifting and I wasn't really looking.
Oh, I see. And you're just like, what is happening?
The screen has gone off. The screen has come back on.
Oh, yeah, the power cable was wonky. There we go. Right, is that stable? Yeah, that ain't going to fall off. Oh, that's, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Good. If it starts falling, just catch it. Okay.
There you go. Excellent. Overclocking.
Yeah.
Hardware info.
Okay.
Hardware
Can we
info.
actually uninstall Armory Crate? Because that's just started a billion services in the background as well.
Do not show. Do not monitor.
Yeah.
Minimize. Do not update. Minimize.
Oh my god, it's still going.
What is this scaling? Change font.
Well, desktop scaling will be on. Also, it looks like we've got no graphics drivers still as well, so
There you go.
we should probably wait until it's actually sorted drivers out before we
Oh yes.
adjust visual things.
There we go.
Good.
We did, for a fraction of a second, hit 6 gigahertz.
Bloody hell. Right, so what's the stock speed of this CPU supposed to be?
Yes.
Okay, I'll hang on a
Look
sec.
at ARC.
Intel Arc 13900KS.
I presume 6 gigahertz.
Yeah, up to 6 gigahertz. I just saw. Yeah, max turbo is 6 gigahertz. So we have 8 performance cores, 16 E cores. Max turbo is 6 gigahertz. Performance core max turbo frequency is 5.4. So I assume that's 5.4. So that's 5.4 sustained. Intel Turbo Boost Max 3 is 5.8.
Yes. And then the thermal velocity boost is 6 gigahertz.
Oh yeah. All right. So our base boost clock is 5.4. Then we can turbo to 5.8, and we can thermal velocity boost to 6. So, are we able to lock it off, or are we going floating boost?
I'm just going to leave it in float at the moment.
Well, obviously, like for our initial runs, we're
And
going to
then
be
I'll
float.
see
Yeah,
what-
but yeah, because Let's get the right screens back up for me.
Oh, it is also just not GPU drivering. Fine, I will manually GPU driver. You swine.
Very well. How much does this system cost? Motherboard's about 700, 750, something like that. And a 13900 KS is about current price. The 13900 KS is 640 quid on Amazon.
What's the one just below that?
That's the K.
No, sorry, the
non-S.
one just off the edge
Oh, I
of the
see,
screen.
yeah.
Oh, no, it's the 3900K.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 640 plus about 700, and then the RAM. What's the RAM again?
It is Trident
It's G-Skill
Z5 7800.
Z5 7800. Wow, no kidding. 7,800. It's about 200 quid by the looks of things.
It's that one.
So I'll add 200-ish.
Yeah.
So yeah. So the bench setup we've got is about 1,540. 1540. To answer that question.
Damn you, GPU driver.
Afternoon. First time for a while you caught a live stream live. Welcome in again. What's your baseline for repairing a system where it's no longer cost effective? What do you mean? Like, what's my policy if I'm into a repair and I realise it's not going to be cost effective? Because, like, I do free diagnostics, and that's a some I win, some I lose thing. So if I'm working on a system and I realise that it's no longer cost effective to continue, my general procedure is just to stop working, give it all back to the customer, not charge them, and say, sorry, I don't think this is cost effective to repair. Yeah, that's generally the way I play that out. Occasionally, I will charge a diagnostic fee if the customer has demanded that I do certain amounts of work, and like if I said I don't think this is worthwhile, and they've been like, I want you to check anyway, then I'll be like, okay, well you're going to get hit with a £40 diagnostic fee then. For me to look at it and then still tell you that it's not going to work out. So yeah, if I go into that issue myself, I generally don't charge. If I have made the judgment call ahead and the customer still wants me to look, then they get hit with the diagnostic fee. You get plenty of Windows 7. Yeah, anything that comes in with Windows 7 is an automatic no. Data recovery only. Even if the system would be capable of upgrading to Windows 10, if it's old enough to still be on Windows 7 and have never been upgraded to 10, I will just immediately turn around and go, no, go buy a new computer. Because, yeah, on the assumption that, like, the only reason why someone would have a computer with Windows 7 on it that hasn't been upgraded to Windows 10 is because it's older than 2016. So that means it's 8 years old, and I guess you would have a look at it because, like, maybe it was really good when they bought it, but 9 times out of 10, when you see a Windows 7 computer, it's going to be a potato. It's going to be a Celeron or a Pentium, and it's probably going to have 4 gigs of RAM. It's probably going to have a mechanical hard drive, and just by the time you've fixed everything, just replace it. So yeah, 8 years old for internet and word processing is okay. I mean, sure, let's now put 8 gigs of RAM in it. So that's going to cost you, an extra 20 or 30 quid for the RAM. You're going to want an SSD in there because hard drives are terrible and they fail. So that's going to cost you 60 quid. So now it's £80. You're going to need to service it. So that's going to be £60 minimum. So now we're looking at 120, 140. And now straight away, you've just got up to the cost of a 2018 Dell Latitude. Bam, instant write-off. It's just, no, just don't. Just don't. Just replace it. Just replace it. I mean, if someone wants to run an old computer that's old and slow just for internet and word processing, fine. But that's not a service that I'm going to provide. Because they'll be back next month going, oh, it's still kind of slow. Can you make it faster? Because that's what happens. They just come back and they go, it's still slow. And then they come in 6 months later for another service and they just keep dumping money into this old computer. And you're like, you could have just bought a new one by now for the amount of money you've spent keeping this old thing going. And the whole time that you have the old computer, it was slow and terrible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You're spending the equivalent money of replacement to keep an old and bad computer running that is providing a bad user experience. So it's just like, no, just don't. What people do with their own stuff is up to them. However, if it's me providing a service, no.
Out you come, out you come. Damn it.
Right. I expect there's some industrial software and stuff that works in 7 but not on 10 or 11. Yeah, if it's old industrial software, embedded systems, that kind of thing, that's kind of a different kettle of fish, so the usual rules don't apply there. And I will bend the rules in those instances. Like I've done work on like Windows 98 machines that were like Pentium 166s. I think the last one I saw actually it was like a Pentium 120 running Windows 98, and this was only like a year or two ago I saw this, and I was like, what the heck? And they were like, this runs a newspaper printing machine. So obviously it was an industrial newspaper print thing. So yeah, for them it was a case of one does not simply replace this computer, you know. So in those instances, it's like, okay, well, we'll make good, we'll make it run. But yeah, for home consumer PCs, just replace it. All right. Night Fusion says run R23, not 2024. I guess that's just for a quick comparison, but yeah, we'll run that up in a moment. We're just getting baselines for now, so.
There you go. I'm looking for CPU package power. There you go.
Cool. Right, can we make the numbers a little bit bigger again now we've got resolution? Just makes it easier for people on stream to see what's happening. I haven't seen Cinebench 2024 yet, actually.
That was kind of the other reason I was just going to run it. It's
yeah,
just the fact of
I haven't seen it either, yeah.
Most people haven't seen it, but yeah, this is what 2024 looks like.
Yeah.
If you want to turn us off for 2 secs. Just a case of, even though this has 32 threads and 8 P cores on it, it actually only does 2 blocks. It doesn't scale the blocks up in the same way as like 23
Interesting.
does.
Yeah.
So you just get a completely different sort of style. So yeah.
Yeah, presumably that changes the way that the scaling works then if it's got multiple cores working on the same tile.
Yeah, I don't know specifically because I haven't
Yeah.
actually spent much time with Cinebench 2024. But
Yeah, this is my first time seeing it run. I just haven't actually bothered looking at it yet. How much power is it using? Yeah, what's our current power load? Oh, I was going to plug it into the energy meter, but yeah.
There you go. That is using 270, 280. Maximum was 281.
That feels low. Are we power? I think we're power limited in BIOS.
Probably.
Yeah.
This is literally just the auto settings.
Yeah, we're on default BIOS settings at the moment.
Yeah,
and it feels like it's defaulted to 280.
Yeah, I haven't enabled XMP. I haven't done anything.
Yeah, yeah.
This is literally just.
This is out of the box experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have we upgraded to fiber yet? Not yet, no. I've got other utilities that I'm dealing with, and then I'm going to come back around and look at fiber again. I'm going to switch over to it. Like, the speeds aren't available at the prices that I want yet. Or I'll rephrase that. The speeds that I want are more expensive than I want to pay. However, I need to get onto fiber just so the equipment is installed, and then I can increase the speed later on.
Yeah, the package price does seem to have come down ever so slightly.
Okay, that's good, yeah.
When I was looking.
Yeah. I think my next step is, as I say, I just need to get it on just so I actually have the equipment, and then I can play the market.
Yeah.
All right.
So we got 2,234 points.
All right, hold on a sec. I'm going to write that down in a minute. I'll just start keeping a tally. Let's do it here, actually. Right. Notepad? There we go. Okay, right. Out of box. R24. All right, what was that score again?
2,234.
Cool, 2234.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, yeah, maximum power was 282, which is
at 280.
Yeah, which is reasonably low.
Yep.
So I'm just going to open R23, which will be more familiar to people. These numbers aren't going to be peak efficient numbers.
Yeah.
We could get higher out of what we already have. Oh.
Yeah. What's our peak temperature as well so far?
Our peak so far is 75.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
But also we had that the second I opened hardware info, so
yeah.
I don't know if I count that as a real value. Actually, I will... That's Firefox. Go away, Firefox.
Did we get the shop's electrical bill snafu sorted? It's ongoing. I will not elaborate for now because I'll get onto a very long and ranty story.
Reset. There you go. That's just reset everything. That's R23. File, advanced. Multi-core. Multipass.
Multipass.
There you go. That's what people are more used to seeing with all of those
blocks
at once.
And this is why 23 is no good anymore, just because it's done before it's barely gotten started.
Yeah, it certainly isn't any sort of, thermal stress test just because of how quickly modern processors can complete it. There you go, 41,076.
Yeah, right. Do we care about our 23 scores?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, okay, I'll write it down anyway then. Yeah, all right. So, there we go. Okay, so out of box, right, R24 then, R23, what was that number?
41,076.
41,076.
There you go. And our peak temperature was 77.
Yeah, so that's at 280 watts, and that was 77C.
Yeah, with a V-core of like 1.402, which is kind of high.
1.402, yeah.
Yeah.
These are automatic values, not set, so they're kind of arbitrary. I'm just noting all of these down, so if we see temperature drops and things like that, we can go, oh yeah, that temperature has dropped because we're at a lower voltage than we previously were, and so on and so forth. So yeah.
And then, in theory, there we go.
I see.
How would you like 71 points in Cinebench 11.5?
Is that a lot? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, given the 4790K when overclocked to 5.2 gigahertz was looking for 11.58.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cool. Would you like to? Oh.
Would you like to save the benchmark score? I just saved the score. There you go.
Good. All right. I'm not going to bother writing down the R11 scores. Right. What's the fancy shutdown shortcut for?
Just to go straight to the UEFI.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nifty.
So I can just double click that and it goes into the UEFI.
Neat.
Instead of mashing delete.
That is handy. Okay. With all the high-spec equipment, why are they using a 710? Because graphics performance doesn't matter in this. We're overclocking a CPU. We do not care about graphics performance on this run. We were possibly, if we had time, we were possibly going to look into gaming performance with memory tweaks, but we've forgotten to actually bring along a top spec GPU. We've got a 3080 Ti, but which is obviously decent, but we haven't got the maximum stuff that we own.
I don't know what the difference is between XMP 1 and 2 on that.
I guess we could find out.
Yes.
So yes, we could possibly do that. Because, I was slightly interested to see if we could show any kind of performance difference with some minor memory tweaks. Just because, interest thing. But also, as soon as I suggested this to Caradog on Discord last night, he just sent me was it the Hardware Unboxed video? about memory performance, and that kind of already answers this question. Contrary to what Jay's recent video title says, memory does affect gaming performance. It's just not by much. However, if you go from slow memory to very fast memory, you will actually be looking at 10 or 20 FPS. You can actually get serious differences there. So, are there any BIOSes that cope with keyboards connected via hubs? Do they usually not? I'm not sure.
Decent hubs.
Yeah, I was going to say, if the hub doesn't work, if the keyboard doesn't work through a hub, I would say that's a bit of a weird hub. Apparently XMP loads the secondary timings, XMP2 loads secondary timings as well.
But as you can see, this is a long post.
Yeah.
Because, hello DDR5. Well, so I do enjoy the fact that it doesn't put the fans at full speed whilst it's posting. I was like, thank you for that.
Yep, sounds like we're going to wait for that to fall over and die. Now would be a good time to insert ads. It's true.
I like the way that basically the only way you can tell there's any flow is the fact that a couple of the bubbles are wobbling.
It is a very well-bled thing. I'm still amazed that the air came out of that immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I after we did that initial fill, I was like, there's got to be another air bubble in the rad that we're just not seeing. And at some point, if we turn it again, another bunch of air is going to come through. It's like, no, it literally just filled the rad first. Yeah. One turn was all it took.
Tiny little bits every now and then as the pump cycles.
Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of unavoidable, and those come out. If you were running this as a daily and you left it on overnight, then that would be gone by morning. Asus Tough Gaming does not detect or allow keyboard use in the BIOS through a hub. Once you're into Windows, it's fine. Yeah, that'll be. I'm going to come off this screen while we're just looking at black screens. That will be down to. What about bench cam? Anything fun going on there? Yeah.
If you can zoom in nice and tight on this little bit.
Oh yeah, maybe.
You'll just see the postcode cycling.
Let me just see if I can tone down. Can I get rid of that flicker? No, I can't.
You can. Turn off auto exposure.
Stand by.
And just reduce the ISO.
That's
because you
as
can
low
only
as
go
it
to
will go.
100 because
Yeah, that's fine. You can see a 99 there. Nerds can look at the postcodes.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say? Oh yeah. So that will be because that will be to do with the way that the keyboard is detected and how the hub is handling it in that case, because certain motherboard. The keyboard switches modes in order to do N key rollover. So if you're running a keyboard that has N key rollover, it will switch USB modes to switch into N key rollover mode. And the hub might not be passing that through, and the BIOS may not understand N key rollover. But once you get to Windows, Windows then negotiates N key RO. So that will be, it will be to do with that basically.
This is my N key RO.
Yes. Do you know who I learned about how N key rollover works from?
I can guess.
Say my name. Ben Eater on YouTube has a really good video on how N key rollover works.
I sure hope he's paying you.
Where are we at the moment? Okay, are we failing back to defaults?
No.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, we were just long posting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so
and then,
where are we at
I
now?
loaded XMP2 and then I reduced the clock speed. I don't know what I set it to though. Give me a second. Where are the numbers?
Also, can we make the numbers bigger?
Where are the numbers? What do the numbers mean, Mason?
I mean, the font size is too small and no one can read the numbers.
Oh. Where are the numbers? They are gone. They have been eaten.
Did that make any difference?
Apparently not.
Yeah. I
Change
was like, that was either extremely subtle or it did nothing.
Nope. Ah, hold on. Let me... Oh.
Actually set a font. Put it in Comic Sans. I dare you. Coward.
Okay. Where is the
Well, Asus and ASRock, the same company not long ago. Well, a long time ago they were, but yes.
No,
ASRock
no.
is an offshoot
No,
to do with complicated high-level business stuff.
wait. No.
Apparently you need to do 7200 or you'll kill the CPU.
No.
But yeah, we're back on setup at the moment and then we'll figure it out.
No.
I think we're currently just
No.
collapsing all the information that we don't need to see.
No. Fine. Okay. Where's the memory clock? Ha. Nope.
That's a good question. Where are the memory clocks?
Oh, memory timings. That will do. There we go.
Okay, right. That's behind our face.
We do not need you.
Now I play the game of where can I put us where we're not blocking something.
I will also get rid of you. There we go.
Well, Night Fusion, no, we're not going to view it in Task Manager because Task Manager lies.
There you go.
Task Manager is garbage if you want real numbers.
There you
Task
go.
Manager is an approximation, an average. Right. Okay, right. I need to... there's... Okay, yeah, that put... Yeah, we're... Yeah, keep out zones look good now. That'll look good. Okay, right.
Yes, we
So,
are.
We're currently at 6200.
Yes. I have no idea what the memory controller is doing because I just don't know where that says. I can't see it.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so... Yeah, so we didn't get a boot on 7800, so we've now fallen back to 6200, and now we're going to adjust
Proven
things
that
again.
works.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend only a few minutes on this bit.
What, on memory stuff?
Just on the RAM stuff, yeah, because
Yeah.
most of what we're playing around with is not going to be bothered in the slightest.
Yeah, that's
But I'm just
fair.
making sure it's on something.
Known values. Cool. All right.
I want... Where is it?
Doo-doo.
Where is the thing I want? That one? Yes. Oh boy. What?
What do these numbers mean?
That there is an arbitrary ratio option. That feels terrible and awful.
What, as in you can just enter your own command rate?
Effectively.
Yeah.
Would you like to run your memory controller at 1 hertz? By the way of ratios. What?
Yeah, JD says go for 1N. Everyone's shouting put it to 7200, but we're gonna. I think we're just stepping up a couple of bits
Yeah.
first.
I'm just making sure it doesn't completely wet the bed just because
I'm assuming you're setting some basic timings and then you're going to bring the speed up.
I've just enabled XMP and
Yeah.
I've just loaded 6200 6400. If it posts on 6400, I'm just going to jump straight to 7200.
Yeah, that's
Looks
fair.
like I've done a lot of the training on there.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, were you aiming for another BIOS?
I meant to go straight into BIOS and
Fair
rest.
Now we have to wait 10 seconds for it to boot. Unbelievable.
Ba, 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 ba. Oh well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Command rate 2T apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Ba, 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 da, ba.
And this is not Caradog's new rig now.
There you go.
This board originally got sent down because the BIOS on it was bricked. But we managed to recover the board, and while we had it, we thought we'd do some overclocking. And as I said at the beginning of the stream, this is mainly because we're still just like practicing this format as well. Just because like we've tried it a couple of times and we've had we've had various hits and misses with trying to do overclocking streams. So we're trying to just do more of them so we can practice doing more consistent runs and like learning to do it in a timely manner that is slightly entertaining, but as much as you can do, because overclocking can be a very dry subject.
Yeah.
So
Look at Buildzoid's 14-hour overclocking streams.
Yeah. So we're kind of trying to find a format where we can do something that is informative and a bit entertaining at the same time, that fits into a 3-ish hour stream. And that's the same reason why I will be repeatedly saying to Caradog, so what are you doing now? While he changes numbers, to actually explain the process for the people who don't know what these numbers mean.
Yeah. So what we've just done is we've just set the command rate to a fixed figure as opposed to it being on auto. And basically the memory controller is now should now be running at 1/4 of the memory speed.
Very well.
Of the megabit speed.
Yeah.
So the RAM is at 7200.
Yeah.
The memory clock is half of that, and the memory controller is half of that.
Fair enough.
So yes.
If the memory controller is down to 1/4 speed,
Yes.
doesn't that mean it's only actually able to address the memory 1/4 of the time?
Kind of.
Yeah, because like obviously because like with double data rate, obviously that's different because you're addressing on both sides of the cycle. But
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
3600.
I'm assuming that actually makes sense when we start getting into the weeds of timings at that point. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to try and think about that. It works differently with DDR5. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Should we be seeing that green flash on every boot? That will be the capture card initializing. So yeah, we're not seeing green flashes, but the capture card will probably do that just when it initializes and picks up a signal to capture again. So yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
And then that's R23.
So, right, okay, so what are we running now? 7200 RAM.
Yeah.
Stock CPU, 7200 RAM. And the R23 score was?
41,100.
41,100. Yeah, that's basically margin of error.
41102.
02.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
functionally margin of error.
Yeah, it's functionally margin of error. However, also Cinebench doesn't care about RAM speed, so we weren't expecting a higher score anyway.
Yeah, and when I run 24, it should be functionally the same. Yeah.
Have you disabled CEP as was stated in the BIOS update? What is CEP?
Do not throttle. Do not test the throttling.
Z790 Apex.
Good job.
Let's see. Support. BIOS. Oh. Intel CEP function varies by the CPU model. Check your CPU specifications or reach out to its technical support for more information. Update the Intel allowing for disabling CEP for improved performance on 14th gen non-K. So, yeah, so presumably in that case we would want CEP to be enabled. So the question is what it is by default. Anyone know what CEP actually does? Yeah, because in this case we want it to be enabled because the disable doesn't apply to us. But yeah, I will Google it because no one seems to know what it actually is.
Intel
CEP. What is CEP in BIOS? CEP is a processor integrated detector that senses when the processor load current exceeds a preset threshold by monitoring for a processor power domain voltage droop at the processor power domain IMV-PVR sense point. Duh. Disable CEP may increase performance in multi-threaded workloads and systems with load line lower than 1.1 milliohms. So yeah. Disabling it may lead to increased power consumption and temperature. Ensure adequate CPU cooling. Yeah. I'm assuming that it's going to auto to on.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. Either way, disabling it doesn't apply to us. So. It's a CPU-mounted surge protector. That makes sense. So yeah, the issue with the Apex disabling it won't do anything as the Apex ignores it anyway. Yeah.
I'd imagine so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
because we're going to blow past all of the limits anyway. Oh, that reminds us. Yeah, we've got to check what the actual CPU power limit is set to as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Keep going.
Cinebench 24.
R24. Yep.
2,344 points.
2344.
Yeah.
Which is slightly higher again.
Yeah.
And well, considering how much lower the overall score is, that's another 100 points.
Yeah, and the CPU power was up to 300 watts.
Oh, did it? Interesting. Yeah. At 300 watts.
Yeah, which is expected because we've now actually set XMP and stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. What was our peak temperature? 77.
77.
Yeah, 77.
Yeah.
And do we know what voltage it was off? No. Yeah.
The maximum was again 1.429.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put that in as the
which is what I wrote. Which is what I told you last time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's
I told
fine,
you the maximum reported.
Yeah. So we've got a bit more voltage, and we've gone up to 300 watts.
Yeah. So that's what it's doing, kind of as a default. You enable XMP sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm
apparently,
imagining
R24 is memory heavy, so it will actually care.
Yeah.
Cool. All right then.
I'm imagining that I should be able to set actually quite a lot lower voltage.
Yeah.
For exactly the same clocks. The only problem is I don't actually know what clocks it was running because I didn't look what Cinebench was running.
Yeah. Although the advantage at the moment is at 77 degrees. We've got loads of thermal headroom still.
Yeah.
Like 77C at 300 watts, that's a great place to start.
Interesting. There's like velocity boost optimizers and stuff.
Oh.
Interesting.
Extreme tweaker.
Huh. That's kind of cool.
So Night Fusion reckons that it will go straight to 5.6 all core at 1.275.
At 2.275.
That's why I corrected myself. We will not be going to 2 volts. Yeah.
Yes. This was a CPU. Intel Adaptive Boost disable. Asus multi-core. Removal limits 90C. Sure.
Has it got an actual power limit setting?
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Because previously when I've looked at... I haven't got a lot of experience with modern Intel, but the past couple of motherboards I've looked at have had a setting where it actually says,
cool.
this is your processor's power target, so you can
cool.
limit it for what cooling you have. Like, we should probably check that it's not actually imposing some horrible global limit.
Interesting. I am just looking at these options as they exist because I haven't even started looking.
Yeah, fair enough. I would also like check if any of that is in my favourites or main as well, just because it's usually very apparent. What time are we breaking out the LN2? We're not there yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Current long duration package power limit. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah.
And DPTF.
Yeah. We'll do these one at a time,
Okay.
Night Fusion. We're currently, Caradog's just actually looking at what's available to us at the moment.
Right, I see. Thermal velocity boost stuff. Oh yeah, that was that. That was that. Twix Paradise. That should be cool.
Because
Oh,
the problem
that's
is
cool. Okay.
there's no sense there's no sense in us just dialing in settings without looking through and understanding what is there, because we need to actually know what we're changing so we know what effects to expect.
I see. Okay, fine. Interesting.
Add the vodka.
I like this. You can, as far as I understand this, you can do BCLK overclocking, but you can have it boot at one BCLK and then run at a different one.
Interesting. So you could have it
at the
boot
actual
lower
runtime.
and then step up once it's got through post.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing. Base clock adjustments are going to make a huge difference at the kind of clock speeds that we're running these days. Because base clock starts at 100 megahertz, and in the past, changing the base clock doesn't really get you much. But when you're running at 6,000 megahertz, when your multiplier is 60, adding 1 to the base clock actually is actually a big step.
Ah. Oh, have I just accidentally... Oh, I see.
Changing options depends on what's on auto, I guess, isn't it?
Oh, I see. Oh. Right, hold on. I don't think I want to do that right now. Is that... 36, 46, 46, 46, 125, yeah. Oh, that's auto. Manual.
Manuel.
DRAM time control. Yeah, and then that's changed it to auto. Right, I see. I see. Okay.
Are you just gauging which memory settings you're going to try in auto and which ones you're going to try in manual at the moment?
Fine.
We'll get there, Night Fusion. Yeah, Caradog's exploring at the moment.
Yeah. 5.6, yeah. That's a backslash. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
Right, so if I set that to that, manual mode of 1.275,
yeah.
I'll just see what that does. Right. All of these things...
Yeah. Night Fusion is also suggesting LLC4.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's defaulting to.
Where is the memory doodad? DRAM timing control, command rate, 2N. There you go. Is it here? No. It's Extreme Tweaker, then Digi. Then... Oh, no.
Do we need to tank the voltage straight off the bat, though? Or is it better to start at as low a voltage as you can?
Where is the hacking LLC settings on this board?
Oh, okay. Yeah, question. Where's LLC again? It's at the top of DigiVRM.
Is it? Ah! And then the...
Yeah. LC4 was the recommended.
That's fine.
That was a lot of levels. I thought it only went up to 5.
F10.
Yep, cool. All right. So yeah, is it better to start from as low a voltage as you can get away with then?
It's also just a case of it's apparently a functioning setting. So it's
Fair
just
enough
a case
then.
of,
Yeah, okay,
you know, if
yeah.
that makes sense. If these settings work, those settings work, and we can kind of go from there.
Sure. Okay.
And
yeah.
just see what that does compared to what effectively the board stocking at 1.4 volts was doing.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah. I was going to say it seems more sensible to me that we start at the beginning, not at wherever Night Fusion previously got up to. But yeah. All right, it's having a think.
Yeah.
Bench cam.
That will take a while for the memory training. 'Cause it's actually doing basically full training each time now.
Where's the LN1 if LN2 is not happening?
When's JD getting on a plane?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually, JD. Come over here with LN2.
Now that you've passed your exams. Now that you've been inspected.
Soon, TM.
Oh
Is
shit.
it still going? It's still going.
I did not change the RAM speed. I will need to change the RAM speed.
Oh, weak.
Oops. Oh well.
Well, it's crunching away. I'm just going to adjust this camera so the camera doesn't wobble, because it's just leaning against the monitor. So when the monitor wobbles, the camera wobbles. Oh, also the table wobbles as well. But now,
Now it is
well,
less.
now slightly one less thing is wobbling. Whatever. All right. Just do it. It's still slowly marching through codes. It might make it. We need a doer as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I take the options of stealing people who know what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you, random citizen, you look like you know what's going on. Stick your hand in here. No! You passed the test.
I have. We have a post with something.
Yes.
Did it go to
Errors.
safe mode? Yeah, it went to safe mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Na 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 na. Oops.
Let's just dial that back a little bit.
Wrong way. There you go.
There
Try
we
that
go.
again, but let's see.
All right. Yes. Yeah. It would be. I mean, it would be fun to do the LN2 stuff and like learn about it and things like that, because it's all very well watching videos, but actually doing it for reals is a completely different experience. However, I'm just like, man, it's not something that I have the time to do the research to set up myself, so I would need someone to come along and be like, I've got everything we need to do this, you know.
Yes. The man. The man from Mansfield.
The Mansfield man
The special guy. The
With
guy
the-
who'll hook you up.
with the doer.
Yes.
Three memory slots? No, it's a DIMM.2 slot for putting SSDs into
Also, top men.
top men. We've got our top men working on it.
There you go.
Cool. All right. Right. Where do we live now then? So we have we've adjusted our power settings and we've manualized some of the memory settings.
We have done stuff and things.
Yeah. So basically,
What we have done
yeah.
is change this core clocks one So it can now only go up to 56. But interestingly, clearly I cocked it up and it didn't lock it off at 56.
I see. Okay. Well, as long as it actually all cores to 56, then that's good enough for Australia, and we can do that on the next one.
Yes. We have reduced the voltage. The voltage is lower.
Yeah, so we're expecting drastically lower temperatures this time round.
And in theory, things will occur. Right. Core clocks. P-core clocks. 56, yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, it is all coring then. Yeah.
Where did Cinebench go? What did I do? Did I close it?
I didn't see. We'll just do it again. Got a disabled TVB to lock the multiplier. So yeah, if TVB is still on, that's why
I thought I had disabled the
Yeah.
I was about to say the Microsoft boost.
Yeah.
Disable the Microsoft boost. Microsoft will no longer be boosted. Let's try that again.
Here comes Copilot, everyone. Here to help us overclock.
Suddenly Clippy appears. I see you're trying to overclock.
Oh, that'd be funny actually. Is just like do a stream where you just say you have Copilot tell you how to overclock your computer. That probably wouldn't get very far actually. Cool. Is it working?
Hello, Cinebench.
Is Cinebench responding?
Nope. Apparently it's still warming up and preparing.
Okay.
I believe I have entered it into a state of broken.
Okay. Right, Cinebench has died. That's not a good sign.
Right, end task. Be gone! We'll try that again, but slightly slower.
Okay. Right.
I only clicked it once.
Yep. Cowdog is just like, I will tell it to open and put down the keyboard.
Yep.
Is that the ready screen or the loading screen? I think it's ready.
We will wait but a moment. It's broken.
Is this stability or?
I have no idea. Because Windows is entirely responsive.
Yeah. It's just Cinebench won't open.
Apparently we're stuck at 800 megahertz. Because there is no load. I think it's syned its last bench. We will just.
Should we try R23 and see if R23 will run?
We will wait a second.
So
yes.
Trying to figure out if R24 is kill or the system is just unstable. But like,
begin
if it was,
the 23.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not stable, are we?
Fine.
Yeah. Okay. We are unstable. Yeah. Kind of weird, just because Windows had no issues with responsiveness. Not like
that was bizarre.
If it had been having issues, if Windows had been not responding properly, it would be obvious that it was dying. But it was just Cinebench. Weird. Yeah, more volts. More volts and no TVD.
Where was the thermal velocity boost stuff again? Thermal velocity boost.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm just going to disable all of these. Make them disabled. They are now disabled.
Good.
And then I'm going to go 1.3.
Good.
And see what that does. Dun, 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 dun.
Huzzah. All right, I need a drink.
Good. Are you going to put the coffee machine on?
Yes.
Very well.
Yes.
Your mug's there.
I shall.
Good.
I'll do it. I'm going to put the coffee
Wonderful.
machine on while Caradog tweaks numbers.
Yes.
Good. All right,
Very well. We will see what occurs.
see if it'll work for firstly, yeah.
Are you going?
Okay, that's
Are
got to
you
warm up.
leaving?
Hmm?
Are you going? Are you leaving?
What?
Are you?
But I'm not going.
Oh, there we go.
Huh.
It's now 5.6.
Ah, that looks better, doesn't it?
That's a good start. Did it?
Remove all limits 90C will hold it back, by the way, apparently. Elaborate.
Really?
Yeah, like what is that doing? That's the thing. Like, what is that setting doing? Is that saying don't thermal throttle past 90 or something?
Oh,
Oh,
that
did it
is
just die
apparently
again?
definitely not stable.
Yeah. Apparently it limits the V-core. Yeah, what's our V-core peaking at the moment?
Thank you.
I mean-
1.33.
Yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
what we're setting, ish. Well, ish.
Yeah, minimum 1.25. Interesting.
Yeah.
Jet, fat jet.
Don't throttle me, I'm doing things. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at that remove all limits 90C setting and just see what the description says that is actually doing. And then I guess we pull back to 5.4 and just see if we can get back into a stable area.
We shall see. Yeah. Auto. ASUS optimized core ratio, turbo and temperature settings at default processor speeds. Disabled enforce all limits. Intel default turbo core ratio settings. Enabled remove all limits. Optimized power, temperature and current thresholds for maintaining maximum performance. Remove all limits 90C. Enabled ASUS optimized power, current thresholds and limit CPU temperature at 90C for better performance. I see.
Yeah, so remove all limits 90C seems to be no limits but with a safety. That's how I'm
So
interpreting
we want just
that.
the normal one?
Yeah, whereas remove limits is actually remove limits. Whereas remove limits 90 is remove the limits but like actually pull it back if it's going runaway kind of thing. However, also I guess we should step the clock back a little bit because that shouldn't be that's not what is making us unstable right now. I can't see a world where that is the problem.
Yeah.
Because we're not actually getting a run off the ground at the moment. We're unstable at desktop, so well, auto doesn't help.
Oh.
I mean, going back to auto doesn't help us though, because it'll work and it will prove nothing. We need to step back to a known value.
So I have no idea what the chip thinks it can boost to.
Sure, okay. Yeah, to me it seems more sensible to just back the clocks off a little bit and then give it more volts again. But the problem is if we set it to an auto value, the next thing we need to do is go back to manual again anyway, so...
Oh. What, and then what? 1.325
oh, it's not doing
then?
the thing.
Oops.
Yeah. Yeah, 1.325. Night Fusion reckons LLC is not helping, but let's try that and see where we're at. Because if we change too many things at once, then we don't know what is actually making a difference. Doo-doo-doo. Right, I'm going to push the button on the coffee machine while it boots up again.
Very well.
Oh,
Oh. It's just still very interesting, the stability of it and the way it's demonstrating its lack of stability. It's like, yes, I'm unstable, but I'm still going to run Windows fine.
Oh, is the mug under it? Yes, it is. Good.
Did I actually put the mug into the coffee machine?
There was a concern. Ugh. What coffee machine do I have? It's a Philips Sensio, so it is a pod machine. Oh, I've turned off our face. I'll bring our faces back. There we go. Our beautiful faces.
Oh.
Aha, we seem to be alive again.
Oops.
Wow, that vehicle's low.
Yeah, but that's actually 5.4. There you go. Cool.
All right. So, what was that? What's that new score? R23.
So this is 40,229.
Sorry, say that again. I was typing.
40,229.
42029.
40,229.
Just read the numbers out, dude. It's a lot easier. $40229.
Yes.
Okay. That's a lot easier for my brain to process.
Okay.
Okay, right. So we've gone down a bit because that's because we're not boosting so hard. However, also we should find that our power consumption and temperatures have gone down though, right?
I would presume so, yes, because the maximum vehicle was much lower.
Yeah.
What was it?
So CPU package
CPU
peaked at
package
60. Yeah. And
That
package
should
power?
mean, 220.
220. Damn.
222.
Yeah, 222. And that was 60C we peaked at.
And that was, 60C.
Yeah, and then our peak voltage was 1.24, is that I'm saying? Oh, that's VID?
Maximum core VID,
Oh, yeah.
was 1.277.
1.277. Cool. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, so, so do we think that the LLC is bringing it down too much? I've never fully understood the effects of load line calibration. My understanding is that it pulls the voltage down under all core loads.
It's the way it tries to regulate the voltage and what it allows the voltage to do, the amount it allows it to droop.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Okay. There's a Buildzoid video for that. Maybe I'll watch that sometime, JD.
And
However,
basically a case of like a more extreme LLC will allow less droop, but will make the regulation actually worse.
Okay.
I can't remember how specifically, but you end up with worse voltage regulation.
Yeah. Cool. Okay,
and
so
you basically want it, and you want to control what the because you end up with like worse transient drops on the voltage because the regulator's doing a worse job.
So right now then we've got it. So we're stable, but we're going slow. So now we need to add. We need to bring the clock up. So we want to go up to 56 multiplier again, and then it's a question of how we're going to stabilize it. And there we can either back off LLC or we can add more volts. That's what I'm reading from this.
So, where are the LLC settings? The LLC settings are there.
We can certainly. Yeah, let's try. I mean, let's try backing
Yeah.
off LLC.
So as it says just at the bottom, the load line is defined by the Intel VRM specification and affects the level of voltage supplied to the processor. Higher load line calibration settings result in reduced V-droop at the expense of voltage overshoot and will increase CPU temperatures due to higher voltage under load. Set from level 1 to 8 to adjust the load line slope. 1 is greater V-droop, 8 minimum V-droop.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's try. Let's bring LLC back up to. I mean, should we set it to? It depends on what Auto was trying to do. Do we go Auto or do we just go level 1 and see what happens? Let's put it on level 1 and see what it does.
Level 1 will allow the largest amount of V-droop,
Yeah.
which will give the lowest voltage under load,
Yeah. Well,
which means your set needs to be much higher.
yeah. So it's a question of what Auto was aiming for then.
Yeah. So if I set level 1,
Yeah. Well, let's do that and see what it does. If this is unstable, then I vote we go back to level 4 and give it more volts.
yeah.
Because we've got loads of voltage headroom right now. Because our, so far we've heavily undervolted, and we've got a crap ton of thermal headroom still. Oh, I will bring back picture. There we go. Cool.
It's
All
us
right.
again.
We're back. Right, welcome to 5600 land again, everyone. We were previously unstable here at the current voltage. All right. Okay, that's a no. Yeah, so it needs more power then, doesn't it? So yeah, so I vote we go back to LLC4 because that's just middle of the road, and then give it more volts.
Thank you.
I'm going to grab the coffee while you adjust.
Yes, I'm going to see.
Do you want another coffee, by the way?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Oh, that's the best we've got. Fine, I guess. It's the top one. If we can start one. Oh, no, okay, we just watchdogged instead. Rip.
Can't believe Ubisoft has ruined this stream again.
Home.
One
More
for
bubbles.
me. And I'm going to use the bathroom. Because that's the kind of person I am.
Please don't make my coffee. Right. Choo. GG VRM. Level 4. Always Ubisoft's fault. Yes. But yes. Fine. Good. So for this one, all we've done is change the LLC back to 4, which should see a slightly higher voltage.
All right. Right. Did we up the voltage or did we stay at 1375?
No, we're at 1.325 set.
325. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
But we've changed the LLC.
Okay.
So we should, in theory, get higher voltage.
Yeah. Previously,
because the LLC setting has changed.
Yeah. However, previously this didn't work for us at this voltage, so we're expecting this to not work.
Ha! Stop it!
I hate the way that Windows 11 snapping works. It's too helpful for its own good.
If you look at the voltage currently, our current voltage is 1.324, and previously at the desktop our voltage was 1.2 something.
Fair enough, yep.
So it's just a case of the
see if it'll run.
Voltage is higher. Now it's dropping to 1.305 now.
Yeah.
So that's what the LLC difference is.
Yeah.
So if I
Cool.
If I now just change the LLC setting up, I'm just showing what the LLC settings do. So So we have that idea clear, basically.
Sure, yeah.
Because now when I set it to like 8, we should have 1.325. Basically all of the time.
Yeah.
In theory, just with massive overshoot.
Yeah.
Which means temperature issues, effectively.
Yeah.
That's why load line is good. Where are we? There. Now if I change that all the way to 8, this is minimum V droop, and we should basically see excuse me. The voltage in Windows sitting at a basically constant 1.35. Please may you also fill this with water.
I will, and I shall. Whoop.
Excellent. Very good. Do, do, do.
Bam.
Thanks. Did
I'm okay.
you push the button for the coffee?
I did.
Excellent. So yes, what we should see now is that VID voltage should be, yeah, there you go, it's
That's
fractionally
rock
higher, it's
solid.
1.355.
Yeah. Okay, so if we hit it with a load, because it's not dipping, it might be stable, but also we want to look for voltage overshoot now, don't we?
But the voltage will overshoot now, effectively. And that's a very fast demo of LLC.
I wonder if those overshoots will be fast enough to actually catch in hardware monitor, or whether they'll be too quick to actually register.
But if you see there, under load we're at 1.353, but we've set 1.325.
Yeah.
This is what the effect of the LLC is. We're actually getting a higher voltage than we've set.
Yeah.
And that's what it means by the overshoot, effectively.
Oh, okay, yeah. So these overshoots are not... Yeah.
Because it's trying to so aggressively regulate to the voltage we've set and nothing below that.
Yeah.
It actually has to, every time obviously we pull power, there's a dip on the line. So it has to aim for here if we want here. Whereas where there's V droop, it can aim for here and it can do that.
Yeah. So like because of the transients in the V core, our actual voltage get is actually a band of a high and a low point, and the LLC is moving the band up and down basically.
Yeah, and
so
also
we've moved it so the band is above what we're aiming for.
And smaller.
Yeah.
And is and the bottom has been moved into a much higher. The minimum voltage tolerance has been dramatically reduced, where with a higher V droop with a lower LLC setting, the minimum voltage
Yeah.
is a lower value, which means that obviously also the top value is much lower as well.
Yeah. Okay. So that one, that's what's that? 41146.
41146.
6. And what was our powers for that and such?
I'm now going to have to do a lot of scrolling.
1,
1
3,
second.
5. 5. LC8.
Our temperature was 86C,
86. Bloody hell! What was the power level?
and our power level was 360 watts.
Oh wow. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we're stable because we've just dumped an awful lot more power into the chip. However, we haven't gotten a lot more speed.
And the
considering...
voltage has gone up, and the voltage has gone up a lot, and the regulation
Yeah.
is much worse. The actual voltage at the chip is probably more like 1.4.
Yeah, we just added in like 140 watts in order to get another 1,000 points. So that wasn't a good trade. Our score has gone up, but it was a really terrible trade. So,
And also,
yeah,
if you look here, it's worse than stock.
yeah,
Effectively.
our
It's effectively worse than stock because
Yeah.
we're 60 watts higher and 10 degrees warmer, and only 40 points higher.
I'm going to get a little window so you guys can see my running targets. So, okay, so we want to back off the LLC then because that's or at least make it less aggressive. So should we go back to LLC 4 because that's the middle of the road and then just set a higher voltage?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a more interesting experiment than I thought it would
Yeah,
be.
but that's why I thought I'd
Yeah.
show what 148 was.
Yeah.
Just because it's a case of I could see there was a lack of understanding kind of all around as to what the actual numbers were going to do.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely. Because when you went to LLCA, I was like, I don't really care. Let's drop LLC because it's not working for us. But that was actually a very interesting demonstration to me.
And it also shows though, because like the numbers above that you wrote.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Where it was 60 Celsius.
Yeah.
That was at the same set.
Right, hold on. I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to...
Oh, I see. I thought you were going to just insert the text. as
No, I'm
opposed to
putting it
window
there
capture.
Well, now people can see as I change it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And I thought you were just going to change the text.
No, that lives
Very
there
well.
now. That lives there now.
Very well. Extreme.
Now you guys have more stuff cluttering up the picture. So yeah. So the run we just did here, that was 41146 at 360 watts. So we've gone basically the same as stock speeds, but we did it at another 60. We did it at 360 watts versus 300. That's why it was a bad trade. So yeah. So next step is 57. Not yet. We need to do better at 5600 because that's a very dirty 5600.
Basically, what I'm going to do, what I've just done now, is I've just set. I've changed our set to 1.375.
Yeah.
And our LLC to 4.
Okay.
So our get will hopefully be somewhere around 1.345, 1.35. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
And the temperatures will be lower. That's what I'm expecting and hoping, effectively. Just to kind of explain why I've done what seems to be exactly the same thing again, but different.
Yes. We're trying to clean it up at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. That is a lot droopier at 4 than I thought it was going to be. Because our light desktop usage is at 1.323.
Interesting.
If I jiggle
like
the mouse around, does that drop? Yeah, 1.320.
Yeah, so we might even lose stability. Oh, no, well, no, you added more volts in, so we should be okay, yeah.
But yes, but we expect the voltage to go much lower as soon as there's any load.
Yeah. Okay.
So if I do this, we will probably not be stable. But we'll see.
Time to let it rip.
Yeah, because we're down to, because it dipped to 1.2,
Oh, yeah.
1.246.
Yeah, so right there, that's a really interesting crash because it started up, then we saw that massive voltage dip and the CPU just went, nope.
Yeah.
We just ran out of volts then. So
Yeah.
yeah. So in that case, we want the LLC to be a bit higher, really, don't we? Otherwise, we're just going to have to set big set voltages.
Yeah. And what, yeah, and as JD says, it's the minimum voltage, which is the one that matters.
Yeah.
But it's a case that what I think we should do is I do think we should go one step more aggressive on the LLC. And just go from a 4 to a 5. And then increase the voltage in the set. The G. So I'm going to go to a 5 at the moment. Just because we're not pushing all the way to like extreme overclocks. And then what was our actual initial was 1.4. So if I set a 1.4.
Yeah. Auto is looking for 1.425.
Yeah. So I'm going to set a set of 1.4 with a slightly more aggressive LLC, and we should see neither of the dips.
Yeah. Because at some point soon we should suddenly find ourselves on smoother waters where we get a nice stable voltage and then we can actually just start pushing up the core clock. Whereas at the moment we need to clean this up before we can actually bring the clocks up. Nah. That was a lot more than I thought left in the wrapper.
Start.
Okay. It's worth shortcutting these out to the desktop so it's a bit easier to navigate.
Yeah, there you go.
2.92. Oh, 1.19.
Yeah.
Oof.
But it shows how also the voltage that's shown in this window isn't the real voltage because this can't update fast enough.
Yeah.
So we can get away with 1.19 volts at this clock speed and be stable.
Yeah.
So the fact that this was running locked off 1.355 effectively shows how bad the LLC 8 was.
Yeah.
Because of how much overshoot there was on it.
Yeah. Okay, so that was maximum 1335. We're kind of, I'm recording the wrong number here on the voltage. I've been recording that just as it's interesting to see what the thing was, but in a way we kind of we kind of want to record the minimums because that's what it was syncing to. But
yeah,
I'll keep going for now and we'll just bear that in mind. So okay, what was our firstly, what was the score on that?
41042.
42. All right, so we went slower again. What was the power?
Let's have a look. Mm-mm-mm. 279.
That's more like it. And temperature?
And then the temperature was 73.
73, cool. Yeah, so we've come in at just a scooch slower, but 90 watts less power. So even though we haven't actually gained any more speed, we've completely cleaned up this clock speed, more or less. So yeah, so it sounds like we should stay at LLC 5 and now start pushing volts and clocks.
There you go. I am just going to delete you. And you. Oh, that would be smart. Can I just...
What are you thinking about?
I'm just pinning it to the taskbar.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. All right.
So yeah.
Right. So are we going to try for 5700, or are we going to? Well, we may as well go to a higher clock now because we're stable and we're happy with the power level.
But also, it's just very interesting the amount of droop.
Are we satisfied with that amount of droop?
It doesn't particularly matter. You just need to know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. 5700. Let's go.
Yeah. So if you want to update the numbers on that, we are setting 1.45 volts.
1.45 set. Yep.
Yeah. We are on LLC 5.
LC5. Yep.
Oops.
Okay.
There you go. And the reason why setting 1.45 isn't terrible is because our desktop get is actually more like 1.358. So you see, we're missing like 0.1 of a volt
Yeah.
off of our get and set.
Okay.
So yeah, so just in case of, that's why I'm not concerned about the set obviously being all the way up at 1.45.
Yes, because that's not what's actually going into the CPU.
Yeah.
Cool. All right then.
Because effectively the auto settings were 1.429 in Windows at the desktop sort of thing. So it's just a case of the actual voltage we're setting and getting are very much lower still than what auto was doing.
Yeah. Cool. So even with the aggressive set, we're still under voltage and we're still under powering, which means we should now be able to push harder.
Yeah, because see, under load we're at 1.211.
Oh, that looks healthy. Yeah. Yeah, because it looks like it starts getting upset when you go below 1.2. The previous run we had, I think we were right on the line there.
Yeah.
Although yeah. Okay. Right, so let's read those numbers out. Score?
41554.
41554. Nice, so we're going fast now. That's the highest we've had, not by much, but we are going fast. Power?
And then the package power peak, was 302.
302. Nice, cool. Okay, and temperature?
And temperature was 79.
79. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so that's about on par with what we're expecting. So, yeah, the temperatures they're not stellar, but they're fine. And really, as long as we're below 90, we don't really care what the temperature is. We're just using it as a barometer for how much heat we're having to deal with and how efficient we're running. And
also just a case of actually, are we getting performance?
Yeah, and that was 1.362 max. 1.362. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, and we were way higher on the voltage, but only slightly higher on the watts. See, that's kind of interesting. Is the volts have gone up a lot, but the watts have not gone up by much.
Yeah.
So again, if we analyse like the voltage and amperage swings, there's variations there.
Yeah, the minimum, which is the important part.
Yeah.
Is 1.208.
Okay, I'm going to start recording minimums then because we don't actually care about that. So 1.208, 1.208.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to make a note. Started recording min volts here.
Yeah, and if you put
that one was like 1.19 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
1.19 get. That'll do.
Yeah. Yeah. If we just put the set next to the clock speed.
Yes.
So just 1.45.
Oh yes, yeah, 1.45. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just know what we're setting
Yes.
for the frequencies with an LLC of 5.
Yep.
Just because if someone looks at that who knows what they're doing, they'll start seeing stuff and they might reply and go, actually, this. You know, just because I saw JD talking to Matt
Yep, that'll do.
earlier, so if he's still paying attention.
Cool. Very good. All right, so that's fine.
So I'm literally just going to go back into the bars and see if
Strap
I
to
can
58.
stick another bit of frequency in there.
Yeah, yep, up to 58. Okay, right. So we're getting into the spot where we want to be now, where we're actually just pushing up the clocks and going faster.
Yeah.
So now it's just a question on how far up we can push the clocks before we become unstable again.
Yeah.
But we seem to have a nice balance on voltage and LLC.
Yeah. Can I do that? No.
Why on earth would you want a fraction for your multiple? No.
To get 5.75.
I guess.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it would do that.
Yeah.
I also just like the fact that 5.75 rounds to 8. I'm like, no, that's not how that works.
Even all drag racing CPUs tonight, we sure are. You've kind of just got to the. We are 2 hours in, and we've actually just got to the fun bit. To be honest,
we've got to the bit where we're going to start pushing frequency.
Yeah, we've got to the bit where things actually start happening. We've spent 2 hours kind of dicking around with voltage settings, trying to find what voltage settings it's actually happy with.
Yeah.
But we've now actually got to the point where we have stable power delivery, and now we can start pushing the clocks.
Yeah, and if you look at the box that's about here on your stream, you'll see the notepad info, which is basically where we just started recording frequencies, set voltage, min voltages, R23 scores, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, we're now at 5,800.
Hopefully.
We're still 1.45 set, right?
Yes.
Cool.
We should be. Yes, we are at 58.
Huzzah!
And our in Windows is 1.39. Oh, interesting. Our idle lit desktop get seems to be a smidgen higher.
Interesting.
Even though I haven't changed the voltages. Interesting. Nope.
We've got a minimum there.
Yeah.
1.245. Yeah, it must have tanked. Yeah.
Yeah, but that minimum is also higher than the previous one.
Yes, but that's just what it caught.
Yeah, because it wasn't open for long enough, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Let's go do that and see what the voltages do. Yeah, that's what I thought. Interesting. It is entirely an amps draw thing.
Entirely or what thing?
Amps draw.
Oh, I see,
thing.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah, just 'cause this is a single core.
Oh, yes, I see what you're doing, yeah.
And I was just looking at what the voltage did, and I'm just like, yes, it is absolutely purely total current.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Cool. All right, so what do we need then? More volts again? Or is there mileage in tightening up the LLC to bring up the minimum again? Like go to LLC 6?
Yeah. That, in theory, will do much the same thing. Just on the likelihood of worse regulation.
Yeah.
Effectively. We probably don't want to go much above 6 just because I expect our desktop voltage to actually be very high.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
So I just want to double check what that's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we might effectively want to wind down the set.
That's just it, because I'm like, it pains me to go above to go higher than 1.45 set. However, that's irrelevant because we're not getting 1.45.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. Because I'm thinking at this point we already have a very high set. Maybe we should try and bring up the minimum by going more aggressive on LLC. But yeah.
Yeah.
What OS? This is Windows 11 Ghost Spectre, so it's a stripped out Windows 11.
Yeah, which is reasonably built for benching.
Yeah.
Yeah, because see, our desktop is now hitting 1.4.
Cool. And just before you start it running, the setup we've got, it's an, what's the Alpha Cool block we've got there?
Core 1.
It's an Alpha Cool Core 1 water block and a 360mm rad thick boy. I've said it at the start of the stream, but I'll say it again for people who are just joining. This water cooling loop, we've had this water cooling loop sinking like 500, 550 watts of heat before. So, and we also have a contact frame and liquid metal under the block. So theoretically, we should have really great cooling. Our temperatures are a bit higher than I would expect for the wattage we're pulling, but we're still within acceptable parameters. So, yeah, I kind of thought we'd have a bit more out of it, if I'm honest, but we're not thermally limited yet, though. So until we start hitting 90 degrees, we're not super fussed because we're not going for cool temperatures. So, all right then. Okay, those minimums look good.
Well, our minimum is
1.28.
Yeah. Our maximum has come up a lot.
Yeah, but the maximum at 1.4, that's still below what stock was shooting for. So we're not in the danger zone yet.
Yeah.
But we definitely can't take the LLC any higher than this without pulling out a lot of set, can we? So yeah. Okay, right. Let's record that then. So yeah, score please.
Yes, sorry, I was finishing a thought there. There was something else.
Yeah.
Our score is 41960.
41960.
Our minimum voltage is 1.274.
Cool. And what's the wattage and temperature just for posterity?
Yeah. The package power 347.
Yeah, that's coming up, isn't it? So yeah, temperature 85 is my guess. 86. Oh, it's close. Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm going to do.
Yeah, you know what? That mount's not too bad because I was just saying how I'm not super impressed with the temperatures we're getting, but we are now up to 350 watts out of the CPU, and that is just a difficult fight, however you spin it, isn't it?
Yeah. What I'm going to do is hopefully try and show something. About the LLC again.
Okay.
So I'm going to set 1.28. Actually, that's probably cutting a bit close. 1.2. Whoops.
Will it let you type in 12?
No.
Yeah. Ironically, though, if the board was in LN2 mode, I wonder how high it would allow you to go.
I'd imagine it'd let you to
2.5.
Yeah. I can't imagine it being much higher than that. So that's 1.29, which is just above our minimum.
Yeah.
And then if I go back into the LLC and then go level 8 minimum V droop, yes.
Okay.
Exactly the same clocks. What we should see is that the temperature and wattage is higher.
All right, this is going to be LLC 8.
Yeah, just a case of saying about obviously the difficulty of tightening the LLC or the V droop.
Yeah.
Is the fact of we're going to, in theory, see terrible temperatures and wattage.
I don't know if I'll bother recording this because this is probably going to be an invalid result as far as we care anyway. But just for the sake of confirming our theories on progress.
Yeah, because see, the V core is 1.42.
Whoa! So yeah, we're massively overshooting, aren't we? Yeah.
Because we're trying to maintain that minimum.
Yeah. However, so we're massively overshooting at idle, but when we actually go on load, that won't go below our set.
Yeah. And see, it's holding at 1.4, to try and maintain those minimums.
Yeah.
And actually makes it
fell
unstable.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Interesting.
because the regulation is bad.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's very fun then. So we
Yeah.
just completely destabilized at a higher voltage
Yeah.
because the regulation is bad.
Yeah. And also we hit 81C
Yeah.
at 365 watts.
365 watts. Interesting. Yeah.
That's what we're saying about it was the same frequency set, the same aimed minimum,
Yeah.
but because of the change in regulation, obviously we were a full 0.2 of a volt higher.
Yeah.
Effectively.
This is really. I'm learning a lot about LLC today.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in this because that's always been one of those esoteric numbers that everyone talks about, but I've not fully understood the effects of. And now it's really interesting to see actually how it can be very when you see that massive V droop, it's really tempting to just go, cool, dial in more LLC. But actually we're proving here how LLC it really isn't your friend if you go too high on it.
Yeah.
So back up to LLC 7 then, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I'm just going to see what we get at desktop there.
Yeah.
Just because we're at 1.4 something.
Yeah. JD says, E-cores and ring clock boost?
Yeah. So I think 5.8 is a good point to kind of sit out on P-cores.
Yeah.
And we'll
I
work
see.
up the rest of the rest of the chip another step.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the P-cores again. Just because obviously there are 84 billion E-cores.
Yeah, that's fair. Because because we've basically decided that we're aiming for Cinebench scores at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, certainly right now.
Yeah, part of me was just like, are we going to look for 6 gigahertz all core? But
I will try that, but I'll disable the E-cores.
yeah,
I'll
fair
disable
enough.
the E-cores and then push some more frequency there as well.
Yeah. Do you miss the 5-minute RAM training periods by using Intel here? Yeah, doing this with the 7900X, you'd spend more time on RAM training than making changes. Maybe.
It's because we've done a RAM train. We've
Yeah.
done a RAM train and context restore is there. So it's just restoring.
Yeah.
If we change the settings again, it may actually just fall over and become unstable. Because the memory training on the Intel side is a much, much shorter check and is less thorough. You can massively reduce the amount of time your AMD board spends doing the
RAM training.
Yeah, you can actually choose that setting.
The modern BIOSes are better at this as well now, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've been putting in a lot of work, is my understanding.
It has gotten an awful lot tighter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still a case of, it's much longer than DDR4.
Cool. All right.
But
So
yes.
LLC 7 and the volts look a little bit less scary than before.
Yeah, see, we just dipped to 1.2 now. Because the process is actually idled as well.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hold on. If I jiggle the mouse, the voltages should go up again. Or not, we can't see it fast enough. Fine.
Yeah. All right.
Where's your fancy, expensive Rigel?
I got an offer to look at a little pocket scope, not a pocket scope, but a
Interesting.
a
That's
portable
something as
DMM.
well.
Oh.
What? What did you do? Why? Hello? Hold on, I need to actually examine this and see why this is unhappy.
Yeah. I mean, it's still LLC 7. We're still pretty aggressive.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if the voltage actually secretly dipped weirdly there. Right, let's try that again.
Oh, apparently, if we wanted 6 gigahertz on the P cores with the E cores enabled, we'd need like 1.5 sets. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Not sure if we're going to get that aggressive on a CPU that's not mine.
Yeah. If we disable the E cores, I presume we can go for slightly lower sets.
Yeah.
Like, 1.48, 1.485.
Yeah. Like, if I'm dreaming at seeing 6 gigahertz all core, then just say it's just a case of it's just a nice big round number to be like, yeah, we did 6 gigahertz all core.
Yeah. I'm going to go. I'm going to whack that back to 5. Is that what we're using? Yes, it is. And then I'm going to go 1.475 and go.
we'd probably lose a lot of score if we disable the E-cores as well, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the other thing as well, is that I'm looking at the scores and I'm like, we are going faster.
They really should be called CB cores.
What does that stand for?
Cinebench.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because we are going faster, but like not by much. You know, we still haven't gone 1,000 points faster than stock.
Yeah, we've also only overclocked 8 of the 24 cores.
Yeah.
Right, okay, now at desktop we're getting up to 1.4.
What's this run again?
5.8, set of 1.475, dip of 1.238. Interesting.
Set of 1475, did you say?
Yeah.
What LLC are we at?
5.
5. All right, yeah, so this is a serious attempt then, yeah. Oh, we're still unstable, what the hell? That doesn't make sense because we're going higher voltage than we previously were.
Yeah.
That should have worked, by all accounts, shouldn't it?
Yeah, in theory.
Okay. Oh no! Oh yeah, no. 5 was what we were previously at. Yeah. What was our minimum? 1.238. That's fine.
Yeah. But that's lower than the 1.274 that we had last time.
Yeah.
Which passed, which is just kind of odd. So yeah, I'm going to knock up the LLC one.
Yeah. So I says, didn't you do an LLC 6 for 5.8? No, we were still on 5. We were one. Yeah. No, we haven't done LLC 6 yet.
6 gigahertz without equals, you're looking at 1.3 GAT. Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's not terrible.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
I might swap tack to that. Where's the E-core disable?
Yeah.
Efficient core. Oh, how do you disable? There is, I know, somewhere a disable E-core thing. Someone will scream at me, I'm sure.
Yeah. Unless we're going to E-core and ring, unless we're going to up the E-cores just to shoot for higher scores. I'm almost tempted to say we should go back to 1.45 set LLC 5 because that was our last known good.
Yeah.
Sai says he swears we went 6. Can we just double check the LLC to see if Sai's going mad? Because if we were on LLC 6, that probably explains why it fell over.
Where is the option?
You looking for E-cores? Because I'll... Oh, it's on 5 now. Okay, yep.
Yeah. In theory.
Yeah. Nope, we're definitely on 5 at the moment.
That should work.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to LLC 6. We still on... are we on 1.45 or...
1.45.
1.45. Cool.
Yeah. I'd imagine 6 with a 1.45 would be reasonably high at desktop.
Yeah, that's probably as high as we can get away with. Yeah, that's probably the highest voltage sets that we can reasonably do. Yeah, this is probably going to give us the same score at a slightly higher temperature and power draw. And while that does or does not fail, I'm going to Google Asus Z790 disable E-cores.
1.293. What was it in the What was the minimum voltage?
Right. Our last known good minimum voltage was 1.274.
Yeah, we are higher than that now.
Yeah,
it's
and we're
not
still
stable.
unstable. What the hell?
Right.
No, we're at LLC 6 now, Si. We were on LLC 5 for the good run. So yeah, bit confusing as to why we're not stable here. Oh, is it doing it on the second attempt? So
I don't know if it was because I was tabbing around.
Yeah.
And we know Cinebench occasionally gets unhappy if you're tabbing in and out of hardware monitor.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's a new high score.
42212.
Okay, let's record that one then, because that's actually a new score. 42212. All right. Yeah. What are the deets on that?
No idea, because I closed hardware
Oh, okay.
info. Hardware info.
Okay.
So I'm
yeah.
now going to reopen hardware info, demaximize Cinebench, drag it across.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same as the previous run we did. The score will go down because hardware info is open.
Yeah.
And we'll actually see what it's doing now. 1.294. Yeah, that's still higher. Bizarre.
Yeah. It might just be that we're just riding the edge. Oh no, it's fallen
Yeah.
over again. Yeah. What the hell? I guess drop back down to LLC 5 because it clearly doesn't like LLC 6. Maybe again, this is just a regulation issue. Because like LLC 4 is the recommended for overclocking.
Yeah.
So the other alternative is we go back to LLC 4 and just dial in an obnoxious set voltage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does really feel like LLC is actually the enemy right now.
So what, 1.5. Oh, C4.
That doesn't help us.
Ah, okay. Fine.
Right, I was searching for BIOS settings. Doo-doo. I'll look for those in a moment.
Ta-da!
Okay.
I don't think our set is high enough here.
So we're back to 1.45 LLC5 now.
No.
Ah, what?
1.5 LLC4.
Okay.
Set 1.5
Right. 5800, 1.5
LLC4.
LC4. Okay, well, this
Yeah.
will be interesting then.
No.
Oh, that makes no sense at all. That makes no sense whatsoever. By all accounts, that should work.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back to last known good. And just like sanity check that that still works. And that we haven't just completely lost our position.
Which was
So our last known good was
5700.
yeah. No, our last known good was 5800, not 85.
Yes.
5800, 1.45 set, LLC5. Maybe we just struck a really good balance for that. And maybe that was actually the wall. So if this works, I think we should try and bring up, we should try and add in more E-core and more ring clock and see if we can get high score. So yeah, we've had a 42212, but I wouldn't class that as, I would class that as unstable because we couldn't run it with hardware, but with hardware info at the same time. Right, that didn't work, so scrub that.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, it's completely fallen off the wagon, hasn't it? That sucks. What happened? Maybe we got lucky. Maybe this was just a really lucky run.
Yeah.
Because we haven't exactly been doing like 3 runs to confirm or anything. So yeah, maybe that was just a really lucky run and we're actually up against a wall here. Oh yeah, auto. Yep, fair enough.
Where is the Digi Plus? Digi Plus level 5, F10, go.
So, yeah, automatic multiplier and voltage and just see what the motherboard tries to do.
And it should, in theory, be stable.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Do, 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 do. Green.
Green Giant.
So after this, we could back up to 5700 1.45 and see if that's stable. Because we don't appear to have a stable 5800. Hello Felix, how's it going? Welcome to The Wall.
So
and hey
that's
Paul as well.
40941.
40941. Okay, so
What was
40? Yeah.
40941? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's lower. So,
yeah. Which it's a 5600 clock.
Yeah.
So scroll up to 5600s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of our lowest scores there. So yeah, we've come in between.
So just
we've come in
between
between
those
these two. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes sense because one of them was extremely power conservative, and the other one was extremely power greedy. So we've landed about in the middle of those two extremes.
378 watts.
378?
Yeah.
What the hell? That's terrible, man.
Yeah, 378 watts.
Yeah, our
At
greedy
a
run did better.
temperature of 93C.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible, man.
Yeah, that's what the board auto does with a
Yeah.
maximum of...
Well, that was a demonstration on how terrible the auto settings are then.
Yeah.
Because even our dirty LLC8 run was cleaner than that.
Yeah.
That straight away is just an automatic never ever run auto demonstration.
Effectively.
Yeah. Okay then. Cool. All right, so let's go back to 5700. Let's go back to that one then, because we're maybe unstable because we don't trust that one because we can't reproduce it. So let's go back to this one, which was 5700 1.45 LLC5. Liam says my 5800X3D gets about 13,410 points. Yes, however, bear in mind that because of all of the E-cores, these Intel CPUs are kind of...
Yeah,
they're kind of built...
Don't forget, that's an 8-core versus a 24-core.
Yeah.
32-thread.
This one has a lot more cores and threads, which is why it's obliterating it. But the funny thing is, because the X3D has the big V-cache, gaming benchmarks would be a very different picture. We are looking at pure CPU synthetic performance here, which is not really real world performance.
Unless you happen to do a lot of Cinebench.
Yeah.
Not Cinebench.
Maxim 3D.
Yeah. Maxim 4D, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Cinema, Dewberry. Majiggle Jigger.
Whatever this benchmark is actually supposed to be benchmarking.
Yeah.
No one actually cares. It draws a picture and it spits out a number.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, what was that score?
41413.
That's basically margin of error to what we previously had. We should have about 300 watts and 80 degrees for that. And yeah, same voltages as well. Yeah, we have just perfectly reproduced our last known good. Assuming that the power is about the same.
302.
Yeah, on the
temperature 79.
On the mark. Yeah. That in a way that is kind of comforting, because after we've just gone wildly off the mark, we have just landed on our last known good, almost to the number.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, should we try and bring up the E-cores instead? Because it looks like we've hit the wall for all-core clock speed on the P-cores.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might be able to get another lucky 5800 run, but we don't seem to be stable at 5800 whatever we do to it now, because we've tried giving it more volts, we've tried giving it more aggressive LLC, and did we go as low as LLC4 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that didn't work either. So yeah, 5800 P cores just doesn't seem possible unless we start getting silly, and we don't really want to do that.
What is the default E-core
let's
ratio?
See. E-cores. So efficient core base is 2.4, efficient 4.3 turbo. Cool. Yeah, it's 4.3 turbo, and they do not TVB. So yeah, 4.3.
Cool. I've just changed the ratio to 44.
Here's where you say the day one reviews from major reviewers saying that Intel is too hot and too power hungry are misinformed. It isn't low power, but a quick tune will cut it down significantly. I mean, yeah, I guess we can just blame the motherboard manufacturers here. I suppose.
I mean, also that's what the Intel spec says.
I mean, this is weird. I guess it would be interesting to see what the motherboard does if you set it to follow the Intel spec exactly, because it will have a setting for that, won't it?
Somewhere, probably.
Yeah, whereas by default, it's going to be ASUS optimized, which is why it's getting thirsty.
Yeah.
So it might be worth doing that at the end. Like, once we're done, when we've hit our limits, we could probably just try dialing in Intel spec and see what that does.
Yeah. I think the difficulty is there's just so much variance on the CPUs, they have to massively overdrive the voltage
to make sure it'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Right, what do we just dial then?
There you go. So all I've done is changed the multiplier for the E-cores to 44.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I'm going to draw a line there because that stuff is not really helpful. So 5700, 1.45, LLC5, 4300 E-cores.
4400.
4400 E-cores, sorry. Yep. Cool. Go!
Go, go, go!
Buildzoid just uses stock Windows for benchmarking. Yeah, we're using GhostSpectre just because it doesn't require any additional setup. It's slightly cleaner than Windows 11. I think we found that it didn't really make a meaningful, because we did some testing with it versus stock, didn't we? And we got slightly better results in
Which were
GhostSpectre.
functionally margin of error
Yeah,
as well.
that's it. And it was kind of a matter of GhostSpectre did perform slightly better. It's not going to matter for general scores. However, also it comes with the convenience that you don't have to switch off all of the nonsense. You can install GhostSpectre and just immediately you don't have to immediately uninstall all the extra games and stuff that get installed. So it's more of a convenience thing than an actual performance improvement, isn't it?
Yeah. It's also,
Yeah.
in theory, it should be just more consistent. There should be less run-to-run variance.
Yeah. All right, what's that score? I see a 42, which is good.
42064.
064. All right, we have gone a bit faster.
Yeah.
All right, what's the power look like for that? Welcome back, Night Fusion. Just to bring you up to speed, Night Fusion, we did a lot of stuff around 5800. We thought we had a stable 5800 all-core, and we got our highest score. But then when we pushed faster than this, we got unstable, so we rolled back and we couldn't reproduce this result. So we've now rolled back to this is our current stable score, and now we're pushing up the E-cores, and we've just gotten a little bit more. So that was
307.
307, yeah. So 307. Wow, we haven't.
No, it's 79C.
79C. Oh, okay, that's pretty healthy. That's hardly added in anything extra. I'm assuming.
Minimum voltage.
Yeah.
1211.
1211.
1.211.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Go 4500 then.
Yep. Oh, this is 1.46 set.
1.46 set.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoop. Can I have overwrite mode in Notepad?
Probably hit insert. And if that doesn't do it, then no.
Nope. No, I may not. All right, fair. I'll just select as I go over it. Ah. E-cores don't add much heat. Yeah, that's fair.
Ah! I thought I just set the ratio to backslash. Would you like to change your ratio to not a number? Suddenly, Moulong.
Loom. Let's do that. It's easier to. Right, we're going to 4500. God.
Do. Splat.
All right.
Or not.
Would you like to set your ratio to pineapple? Okay. Beyblade time. Let her rip.
Wee.
We should probably try for an R24 run in a minute and just see what that's done through our tuning. Is there a lot of heat coming off of the rad?
No.
Yeah. It's probably not having time to saturate the coolant temp.
Yeah.
Because we've got a reasonable amount of fluid in there that it's actually got to heat up. Okay. Oh, that looks like a big number.
42244.
Right. 42244. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting numbers. We be going faster again.
Package power's 308.
308. Wow. Yeah,
And
that's
temperature was 79.
yeah, that's not changed, has it?
Yeah.
Minimum voltage. 1211 again.
211.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The E-cores are not the E-cores are adding score, but they're not actually adding any footprint.
Yeah. Just for a comparison on the power front.
Yeah, this will be interesting. So, Cinebench R23 does not truly load down the CPU. So, whereas Linpack will actually demolish the CPU. So, we will probably see much higher power draw here. Cinebench is good for a showcase overclocking run, but is arguably not a good test. It's not a good stress test.
Yeah, there you go. 336.
336, yeah. Yeah, that's okay. We're still well within our thermal limits then.
Yeah. Just a case of just see the loads. They do change.
Yeah. Why not pass mark? Does anyone care about pass mark? I don't know. I haven't done anything in pass mark, so I don't have any comparisons for that.
No, I know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 337 watts now,
Yeah.
so it's slightly higher wattage.
Yeah, fair enough. That's about what we expected. Okay, cool. Should we throw R24 at it and just see what that score has done, and then try and push a bit higher because we're making progress again?
This should complete in about 60 seconds.
Oh,
total
okay,
run
yeah,
time.
that's fair. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was like a 5-minute test.
No, it should be about 60 seconds in
Yeah.
theory, just because that's what the 5950X was doing when it was tuned.
Very well.
So we'll just see. There you go. 55 seconds.
And what did you say the 5950X was?
About 60 seconds.
Okay, yeah.
But
faster.
this is doing way more flops
Oh, okay, yeah.
for only a tiny bit shorter time. I don't understand why. But yeah.
Interesting.
But the flops are 400 higher, basically.
Wow. Very well.
It's functionally double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understandable. Have a pi day. Because it's calculating pi, right?
I don't know what Limpac's doing, actually.
Fair enough. We're not onto flops. We were just doing a couple of other things. Because we were making progress again, we were kind of doing just a status check. We were like, how are we doing in other things?
I was
Cool.
also just kind of making the comment of just see how these different loads, these different programs use
Affect it.
different wattages.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to 4.6 E-cores. And if it starts tracking...
Sofa!
if it starts tracking, the prediction would be 42,400. Maybe a bit higher. In fact, 42,450 is my prediction.
The light that pointed at the 3D printer didn't need to be on.
All right.
So I was like, here you go, save 2p.
I do need to save 2p on my electric bill right now.
oh, okay. Sorry, hold on.
No. It's fine.
Oh, very
If you do it with Benchmate, you can submit scores. Yeah, I mean...
We will do once we found some...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are we getting scores worth submitting? I don't know if we're actually pulling big numbers or not. Like this is.
I mean, they're not big numbers.
Yeah,
but
this is an interesting educational run as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Because I haven't done any serious overclocking on something where we actually are making good progress. Because AMD overclocking kind of sucks. Let's not lie. You know, whereas Intel overclocking, we are actually getting somewhere. So yeah, we'll find the limit, and then when we get to the point where we're like, yeah, I think we're about done, then we'll actually go for a submittable run. Top 100 for CB23 scores stay the same. Oh, top 100. Oh, okay, that's
Really?
interesting.
Top 100 for 23 is only a 42,705. Really?
It,
That seems low.
yeah. Like, I know that this is last year's flagship from Intel, but also this isn't even this year's flagship.
Yeah, but this year's flagship was also 2% faster.
Yeah, but that's still 2% faster is still faster, you know.
Yeah,
Like-
but 2% on 42705.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, we've
It's
got a
only-
fast setup here, but this is not a competition setup we've got here.
Yeah. Right, hold on. And to prove that point, right, look at this.
Yeah.
Right, numbers.
Oh, yep, what
Do
we
the
got?
keyboard thing.
What do we got?
42,
Yeah.
42705,
42705.
705.
That's an extra digit.
42705.
Oh,
You've written 42
4270.
twice. You
Oh my. Okay, sorry. Read it out again. It's been a long week, Caradog. It's been a long week.
and this is
My week has been this long.
and of your week of this long, this much of it has been this stream. Has been you, Caradog. Has been dealing with you.
I'm going to squint at this. Right, 42705. 42705.
You're not even in the window.
You're not in this window. It's a good thing I didn't press space there, otherwise I would have hit stop streaming. 427. That would have been really funny. All right, 42705. But that's considerably high. That was a big jump for just another 100 megahertz on the E-cores.
Yeah, that was a total of 300 watts. What?
Well, come again.
311 watts. There we go.
211. Okay, yes, slightly more power. Yeah, and 80 degrees. I'm
And
guessing.
81C.
81. Yeah. Minimum voltage just is
Oh,
out of interest.
scroll
We
up.
don't. 204.
1.204,
Yeah.
which should be slightly lower.
Yeah.
Yes, because our wattage has ticked up. Close, minimize,
Yeah. Night Fusion is saying, run it in high priority.
task manager,
Yeah.
Cinebench, resource value. No, as the friggin'. There we go.
I think you
Go
have to do it from details. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Set priority, real time, change,
Yeah.
next,
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll kind of.
maximize,
I
drag
think
it off the screen.
we. Caradog, please. Oh, we kind of do this when we're actually doing the final one that we want to submit.
Start.
Oh my God. So we.
Oh, it's not entirely off the screen, it's invalid.
Yeah, it's having to render those pixels in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Oh, wrong one.
But
But okay, yeah, well, let's see what that does. Yeah.
I'm expecting 43.2. 42.809. Interesting, it didn't scale anywhere near as much.
42809 high priority. Okay.
Yeah, that did not scale.
42809 real time.
Yeah, that did
Were you
not-
expecting that to make a bigger difference then?
I was expecting it to make a massive difference.
Really?
Just because
I
it
knew it makes
does
some
on some
difference, but-
systems.
Okay, yeah.
I think it depends on how long it's running for, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, fair enough. Notepads on streaming PC.
brain fart. Yeah, I presume it depends on how long the test is running for, how much of a difference it makes then.
Fair enough.
Just because the last time I was doing it was on a 4790K and also a
Yeah.
3600? No, 2700. So obviously those run times are much longer
Yeah.
and much more of the CPU's time is taken up rendering
Yes.
by percentage.
Yes. Yeah. That makes sense. We're yeah.
So yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, right. 4700 equals. Let's go.
No.
No?
No. Cinebench 2024 because that's what you asked for.
Yeah, fine. I asked for that a while ago and I assumed that you'd just gotten bored of that, so. It's like, we're getting bigger numbers. I want bigger numbers.
There you go.
Bigger number, better, go butter, faster.
Build a bigger boat?
I was trying to do
don't
the Gamers Nexus joke. Steve has had a running gag where he's just like, bigger number, better.
Oh, I thought we were doing a builder, bigger, better, something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Our estimated points so far are dramatically lower than our very first run. We're currently estimated 1,700 points versus 2,300. Oh, there we go.
That's not the estimated, that's the running total, isn't it?
No, that's the estimated.
Oh, okay.
If you complete at this speed.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But we also jumped from like 1,500 to 1,900.
I wonder if that varies depending on which section it's rendering, because, for example, in I think in R23
there are 4.
Yeah, there are a couple of tiles where there's like a fabric render and like the glass render that just take a little bit longer than everything else.
Yeah.
And whatever core gets stuck with those tiles just takes a bit longer.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of interesting because it shows that it's actually doing a real render, because it's easy to look at that picture and be like, is that actually rendering it, or is it just revealing it? You know, is it scraping the metallic filings off of the scratch card? You know, for your lottery ticket. But yeah, because certain tiles actually take longer than others, it is actually doing the calculations.
There is no warmth.
Fair enough.
There is much water and a little bit of cloudy.
Yeah, it's it's above ambient, isn't it? And it's chilly in this room. Yeah, it'd be interesting if we had lots of time. It would be interesting to throw a half-hour run at it and see what to test the cooling. But obviously, we don't. The cooling is not what we're testing today. We don't actually care what the cooling is as long as we're not thermal throttling.
Oh, there we go. Our estimate is now higher. That's good. We may have actually gained performance in Cinebench. Oh, there we go. 2440.
2440, and our original was 2234.
Oh, so cool. Oh, okay, and then we enabled XMP and got 2344.
Oh yeah. 2440. Oh yeah, that's not gone up. Well, again, by percentage, that's probably gone up. Yeah.
Up by 5%.
I'm not very good at numbers. Yeah. So yeah, R24 hasn't changed a whole lot then.
Yeah, but nor's our actual like raw number in Cinebench.
I suppose, yeah.
23 specifically.
Yeah,
but
that's
kind
true.
of what that number means has changed quite a lot.
Yeah, if we looked at that by percentage, it's not a very big difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that old story. Just the modern systems, the modern CPUs are already running pretty darn close to target out of the box, and tuning seems to be more about efficiency than getting bigger numbers.
Yeah, 5%.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it's like 4 to 5% is. Yeah, like the depressing part of all of this is performance-wise, none of this was actually worthwhile. However, I think the biggest takeaway is adjusting the voltage settings just to improve efficiency.
Yeah.
So when's 1.3 volt, 5.9? No, we couldn't get 5.8 stable. Like, we tried throwing more volts at it, we actually couldn't stabilize. Like, we went to 5.8 and threw more power at it, and it still didn't stabilize. So we were kind of just getting nowhere with 5.8. We'd have to start putting in like big power, and even then, like, we might have gotten 5.8 stable if we'd thrown a lot of power at it, but that would have been a brick wall. So like, if we were actually trying to go competitive, that might have been worthwhile. But considering we're not trying to do we're not doing competition runs here, we're kind of just pushing it out and pushing the boat out and seeing what it will do.
Does bumping up the eCore clock account give us the same score as the previous result with hardware monitor closed? Sorry, hardware info closed.
Yeah.
And real time. No, it gives us dramatically more.
Wow. Hardware monitor's a big pull then, isn't it?
So bumping up the E-cores by 100 megahertz has given us an extra 10,000 points.
All right, so are we at 4.7 now?
We are leaving. I mean, yes.
Okay, right. So this is
That's all the same. You're changing that 6 to a 7.
4.7, and so that score
Is now
right,
4.
43130. Yeah.
No, no, no.
Oh, hold on, because
This
that
one-
was a
that one right there.
Well, you did a real-time run then, didn't you?
No. I
Oh.
changed this one here. I
Oh,
said, can
okay.
increasing this number make this equal that?
I see. Yes.
No, it did even more.
Yes. All right. Cool. Okay. We don't care about the real-time run. We'll do another real-time run when we actually hit the wall.
Yes. 313 watts.
313. Yeah. Gone up by a little bit more again.
81C.
81. Cool. And
And the
minimum
voltage
2.08.
was 08.
Yeah.
It was fraction higher.
Yeah. Hanging out.
Whatever.
All right. Yeah. If you want high Cinebench scores, E-cores.
Because multi-threaded.
Yeah. We've had far more out of the E-cores than we have out of the P-cores so far. So yeah, like that whole joke that the E-cores are just there to win Cinebench, they're not kidding, are they?
Who said I was joking?
Well, I knew you weren't joking, but yeah, it is very stark that increasing the core clock speed on the E-cores is getting us drastically more results right now. Because
Don't forget
that's
there's-
kind of depressing because
Don't forget there's 24 of them or something,
I
isn't
suppose,
there?
yeah.
Versus 8.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently we missed the 9 off. Right.
43139. Accuracy. You typed it wrong the last digit? No. Okay, here comes the wall of people going, you missed out a 9. I know.
Wake up!
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
You wanted to. So what happens if we clock the E cores higher than the P cores?
I mean, we've got a gigahertz to go yet, so no. Where are we at now? 5800?
we are at unstable.
Oops.
Merp, merp.
All right, was that a 5800? Sorry, a 4800 attempt.
Probably, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, because that's one more than last time.
Yeah, okay.
yes.
So are we going to try giving the E-cores more volts?
We're going to give everything more volts.
Okay.
Increase the volts. Extra power.
Do we have separate volts for the E-cores, or do
No.
they run on V-core? Yeah. All right, we're going to 1.5.
Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, this is going to massively increase our wattage by comparison, just because obviously we're pumping a lot more power into the P cores as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yep, you're right.
I see.
There. No. I think the E-cores might be done.
We'll see. Oh. Too slow.
I mean, I guess we could, like, if we wanted Cinebench score, what if we dropped to 5600 on the P cores?
Yeah, that's what we'll be saying about.
Yeah. Because the P cores were actually making very minimal difference. And we could, so yeah, we could probably get our stability back by dropping those. Okay, so we're aiming 5600, 1.5. 12 volts should be enough power, says Moeto. Yes. We tried putting in 18 volts, but it capped us to 1.7. We did not save that.
I think that's a no.
Yeah. We might have hit the wall.
We may require more voltage. We're still only at 1.3.
Wait.
1.28, aren't we? 1.28,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
9.
Yeah. Yep. Did you see what our maximum was?
No, not
Yeah.
high.
Okay. I'll take your word for that. Because we're into
Like
the...
1.39, I think it was.
Fair enough, yeah, because we're into the yellow numbers on the set volts here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're into the purple numbers on the set volts. That's the "Are you sure" colour.
No, the purple is, oh, you're getting started.
I get
The
red
"Are
is
you
the
sure"
"Are you
is
sure?"
red.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the power supply is a game max 1050.
Which is
Kind of cruising at the moment, isn't it?
fractionally warm.
Yeah.
Like it might be above ambient.
Because we're just doing single shot runs here, we're not pulling sustained loads, so yeah. And also we're not running a GPU, so like our total system load isn't much past 400, 450. So yeah.
Yeah, maximum 1.326.
1.326. Okay then, fair enough.
There we go.
Oh, you were saying you... Oh, you...
Yeah, oh yeah, but no, see,
It tried.
yeah, it
Yeah.
actually started.
Yeah. Right, Caradog has left the building. I'm going to spam this back into BIOS. Okay, well, given that our max is not horrifying, I'm going to scooch it up a tiny amount more then. I haven't been looking at where anything is. Nope. Where was vehicle voltage? I wasn't actually looking. Advanced? Nope. There it is. 1.575. F10. 1.575. Okay, so that was no go. So we're going 575. Restart. We should probably turn off the... no, that's a bad idea, actually, never mind. I was going to say it's tempting to turn off the automatic recovery on system failures. But if you actually need to recover the Windows install, you'll be glad you left that on. All right. Kablamo, kablamo, kablamo. Expando. What's the confirm? Hi, tomorrow. I've just loaded everything back up again. I've gone to 1.575. Do we want to confirm or deny that? No.
No.
Okay.
What did you do? You changed the set.
Change the set to 1.575. Because basically, if this doesn't get us there, I think we're at the wall, aren't we? because we're starting to creep the voltage up by a lot, and well, we were nearly there just then. So either way, YOLO. Ah! Nope.
Oh, I see.
I think we're done, chaps. So we might want to roll. We probably want to roll back to last known good, and then actually go for like real-time hardware info closed. I think that might be our limit, actually.
What I'm going to do...
Unless you reckon there's more. Or can we do like ring stuff?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm going to change that to...
Right.
What did we have? We had 57.
Scrub that, because that didn't work.
And we had... 47.
5800 P cores at 1.575. We couldn't get the P cores to 5800. Although we didn't try throwing that much voltage at them, but we couldn't. We hit a brick wall at 5800 where we couldn't get it stable, and we tried. Yeah, we tried giving it like lots of volts and stuff like that, and we just weren't really making progress at 5800, and also we weren't getting any meaningful performance increase from the P cores. So 5700 all core seems to be the sweet spot for the P cores, and we've been making big progress on the E cores for Cinebench. So yeah, needs to be cooler to get it any more stable. Yeah, I think that is reasonable. But yeah, we'd have to go on to extreme cooling to do that.
Fine, okay. What were we on for that?
1.46 apparently. Yeah.
6.
Like I think that's the reason why we reckon we've hit a wall there, is because we just added in a lot of volts and got nowhere at all. So.
Although not that much in the actual get voltage.
I suppose, yeah.
Still, the actual get voltage didn't move that much.
Yeah. It seemed to not want to take any more voltage then, yeah.
So we just have to see. And then the other thing I will do is we'll test the theory about the amount of liquid metal. If I take it off and put a small bead more on there and spread that around.
Yeah.
We'll just see what that looks like.
Okay. So so we'll reproduce our results. Then I vote we go for a real-time run with hardware info closed. If we're actually going to try and submit a score, I think we should do it now. Because I think...
do it in a minute.
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah, sorry, I'll rephrase that. Before you start changing the cooling and stuff like that. Or...
No.
Balls.
That's fine, I'm going to reboot it a couple of times.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. This is our limit, basically. If we can reproduce that, that's as fast as we're going to go, I think.
Yeah.
Without doing another 4 hours of tuning, which we are absolutely not doing.
Yeah.
Did you VRM set current capability to 120%?
Oh.
Yeah, current maxing out?
I'll have a look at that in a minute.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable, actually.
Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da.
Lightweights. I mean, for overclocking, yeah, that takes a long time, but also for the purposes of this podcast...
Yeah, because we're still only at 1.36-ish desktop, aren't we?
Yeah. Ooh, is that supposed to open like that?
Yeah, because I've disabled the other windows.
Oh, okay.
So I could snap it right.
Got it.
I don't actually know how we changed the ring, also what it should be.
Fair
I haven't
enough.
looked at the ring at all. JD, give me numbers.
Yeah. Apparently, we also need to set the T probe to extreme.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's...
That's not the start button. That's the start button. Restart.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so let's have a look at the current capability in the T probe to see if we can get this stable, because we're currently not quite there. If we make those changes and we get reproducibility again, then I guess we could try pushing a bit harder again.
Yeah. Right.
The current capability certainly sounds interesting, because if we're hitting current limits and that's causing vCore to crash when we try and run, because also our power consumption has been slowly creeping up on these runs, so it is entirely possible that we are actually hitting a current limit somewhere. That makes sense to me.
Possibly, but also just like the power limits are set to 4 kilowatts.
Yeah, but what's the amperage limit, the current limit? That's the thing. It's not the wattage that's the problem, it's the current, potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, our volts and our watts are fine, but if we've hit a current limit, that would make sense. Okay, that looks promising.
Interesting.
I shouldn't have said anything. Shouldn't have said anything. Okay. Cool, right. So, DGVRM, current capability, and the T-probe, whatever that is. What's the T-probe?
Well, that one.
120%, yep, that's it. And then, yeah, T-probe apparently. Have we got anything called T-probe? Is that down at voltage or something?
I don't know where it is.
Oh, sorry, power phase control. Elaborate. Oh, power phase control to extreme. Again, DGVRM, I'd imagine that's in.
Oops, too far. Power phase control.
Extreme. Sets full phase mode. Okay, yeah. So this is so what this is doing is the CPU VRM phases will be on automatic, which means phases turn on and off according to CPU load. So if we set it to extreme, it's basically saying run all phases all the time, which is terrible for power efficiency, but obviously means that we are not getting potential power fluctuations from the phases switching on and off. So yeah, that makes sense as well. Ring is in the cache clock apparently.
T probe.
T probe is a bust. That's not. Yeah. We're abandoning T probe. It was power phase control. So yeah. Ring.
I want it to be stable first.
Fair enough.
Because if I change the ring, I don't know if the ring's stable or not.
True. All right. Fair enough. Yep.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Trust. So what, if anything, will have changed in hardware monitor? The desktop wattage is functionally the same. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's not randomly going, somehow we're burning 4 kilowatts at the desktop.
Good. Yeah.
Wake up.
Did that start up faster than last time?
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
That looks good. I say, trying to jinx it.
Shh.
Cool.
Maybe.
Okay, let's... what was that score?
43064.
Yeah, margin of error to what we previously had. Okay, let's run that. Try running that and then switching to hardware info. I'm basically stability testing now. I want to see if we
Max
can...
power's 312.
312, yeah.
Functionally
the same. But basically, if we can reproduce that a couple of times without crashing, then we have stabilized, which is where I'm going.
Voltage was functionally the same. The snapping is weird. What? Okay. Okay. Thanks.
This is why we use fancy zones. I'm going to tab. Huh. That seems very happy now. I say, trying to jinx it again. Yep. Dropped a little bit of score because we tabbed and stuff. Makes sense. Okay. It appears that we have stabilized then. No!
No.
God!
No.
It helped a little bit, but we're still not truly stable then. Yeah. Okay. I think we're done, aren't we? I think we can probably... Like, we can go for a real-time run on that and try and go for a submit score.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go any faster. Graham needs to stop commenting. Apparently I do, but if it can't survive my comments, then it doesn't deserve it. Oh, Caradog's going for more volts.
Yeah, just slightly.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the last chance, I think, because then we should try for an actual submission, and then
that's what I was going to do.
Yeah,
that's why I was just setting slightly more
oh
volts.
yeah, that's fine.
So I was just going to open up Benchmate and stuff now.
And then that just gives us a little bit of wind down time for you to have a look at the cooling, if just as a curiosity.
I don't have Benchmate installed.
Game bar.
No, I don't. Luckily, I have it right here.
Giving it performance anxiety. It's
Help,
an Intel, that's why it's anxious.
Help, I can't get it up. Yes. Install. Install was running the potentially unstable overclock.
This is what happens when you have the mastering juggling 4 oranges and someone throws a pineapple in.
Spiky.
Speaking of pineapple, here's a drink with no pineapple in it.
Apple and mango juice. Would you like to update your notepad?
You've got to accept the privacy agreement first and install the security patch. All right.
I can't remember what I need for a submission. Probably CPU Z on the 3 windows. Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Start.
Can you get Intel boards for new Intel CPUs? No, Intel haven't made any motherboards for a while, I think. And given that they've killed NUC as well, I don't think Intel have any. I don't think Intel have plans for any boards at all.
No.
That does. What the hell was that? Does it not preview?
Yeah, that's real time. That's what happens on the real time.
I see. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, 43375.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's...
Yeah, that's better than what we had. Cool.
Right, 43375.
I have absolutely no idea what you're supposed to do for a submission. All I can remember is CPU Z. JD!
JD, wake up! We need you!
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
I know I need something with tabs and CPU Z. CPU Z.
Save the result, submit the result, apparently. Yeah, JD, how do we submit?
I know I need to open some of these tabs. I think.
What voltage did we go to as well? Was it 5?
1.47.
1.47.
1.47. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Is that right? And then do I do the
Apparently you open them afterwards.
and then do the yeah.
Yeah. However, we've got the run, so yeah. Then we open the things on screen, so it reveals.
Is this right? Is this acceptable? You'll need to please turn everything off other than the capture.
Bam. Bam. Is that what is that good?
Is this the one?
Screenshot,
Yes,
benchmark
yes,
window rendered.
yes. 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 Move CPU tab so you can see the orange bar. I have to go. What? As in, is that really acceptable?
Standing by for chat to catch up.
Red October standing by. Simply Red standing by.
Close the Mobo tab, not needed.
Oh.
In that case, we can put that over there.
What? Right. Benchmark window, rendered scene, benchmark score. CPU tab for CPU and memory. Windows taskbar. Yes. Yes. Fine.
Cool.
Is this it? Am I cool? Have I done the things?
All right, we're going for it. Save result.
Ka-ching!
Good. Looks good. All right.
Excellent. Has that actually saved the result? Hold on. Oh yes, because you can also view that screenshot.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Excellent. Good. Good.
Op success.
Now that I have that, I'm now going to hit that again and see if RNG gives me a bigger number.
Fair enough. Yep.
I'm not signed in. I can't submit to Hardware Bot.
Well, we're going to sign in a minute, but
I'm going to sign in a minute.
yeah.
When the capture's not on.
Yeah. Well, we've saved the result, so not new. We have saved it. We can submit it at any time now, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. 43349.
No.
No. Yeah.
Now we play the RNG.
Okay, you get one more of these. You get one more. We're not doing this.
Da 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 da. Come on.
43379, same as the. Oh, okay.
No.
You got another 4 points.
I got 4 more.
Are you actually?
See?
Are you actually?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Given all I have to do is CPU, memory.
Carol, I was like, no, fuck you. I got 4 more points in a 5-figure number.
Yeah. Then bench.
69th, nice.
Right, I need to go. Oh no, I can't. I must. There you go. And then save result. Cool. We will submit that to HardwareBot in 2 seconds.
Nice.
Excellent.
All right, so...
Please disable the capture.
Yes, okay,
and turn
right.
on the face cam.
Bam.
Hello!
All right, Caradog's going to log into his accounts.
This is where we see if my account still exists or I've been deleted for inactivity. Hubba.
Hoob.
Right, how do I click the submit? What is my username? According to this, it is Caradog Barod A B C.
Look at this idiot using an auto-generated password.
Let's consider the possibility that we haven't actually got the Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
That may be a part of why the sign-in failed.
Did we never actually install the drivers for the built-in Wi-Fi?
That one auto-connected.
I guess, yeah. Fair enough. You tried to 3D print from used plastic bottles? No, I did not.
That sounds interesting.
Caramel Brody.
Did it?
Cool.
Excellent.
All right. So we're signed in. Are we good to capture now?
I have submitted the score.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I assume someone has to validate that before it appears on the board then.
I don't know. As we're here, I'm also going to do an R23.
An R24. An R20.
Sorry, an R20.
Fair enough. Okay. JD, can you link this what
HW, it's literally just hwbot.org.
.org. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what have we just submitted to? I want to see the results of what we've actually. Chrome, I don't want to sign in. Whatever.
Open it in an incognito tab.
Yeah.
It's generally my solution to issues like that.
Okay. Right.
There we go.
New submission. Right. Okay. So what are we looking for? What have we just done?
I don't know. What's the best way of doing it? If you search for, like, the 13900KS, so either go into benchmarks processor and kind of look through that way, or just search in the search box.
Okay, so so we've submitted as the 13900 KS.
There we go. And then that's all of the. Oh no, that's interesting. Oh, that's a different. What? That's a different listing. Please may you search again. There should be a second one of those.
13900 KS.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's 8P core only results.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. And then if you look at the rankings for R23 multi-core with Benchmate.
R23 multi-core with Benchmate rankings.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Okay, right. I'm just going to go to desktop capture just so people can see what we're doing.
And then, if you look around the
display capture.
43,400 mark.
Right. 43,400. 43,400. There we go, Caradog Brody. You're American.
Yeah, I am.
Absolutely disgusting.
I am, because I didn't make my account. Someone else made it.
Oh, fair
and
enough.
gave it to me because it would not accept my email address.
Very well. Well, there we go. 69th place, everyone. Nice.
Woo!
Huzzah. Okay, well, that wasn't bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are in the top 100 for this CPU. Congrats.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Did it.
So, is there a, like, I was about to say, is there just an all-time score for R23 multi-core, but that's going to contain loads of bonkers stuff with Xeons in it and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yes.
And Threadrippers, so yeah. Yeah, you're not actually going to hit high scores with a consumer CPU. Right. On the left of the screen, you're looking at it. I don't understand, JD. What am I looking at? Because this is by CPU, isn't it? Or is that the CPU? Or Hall of Fame. These are words. You need to tell me where to look, because no, the sidebar of okay. Oh right, yes. Hall of Fame. Okay. So can
Right
we
at the
see?
top.
Yeah. Can we get to the rest of that? That's not. This is not a link. I cannot click on this. However, yeah. Here is the actual high scores, and like the actual like maximum score is 210,000. So yeah, kind of got a long way to go there. Although interestingly, it crashes down fairly fast. How do we get to the rest of this thing? This should be a link.
It only shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does only show. I think you can go if you.
That's world
Hold on,
records.
if you click there, family all.
Oh yeah.
I think you can get a lot more of the 24 core.
Yeah,
These
there
are
we go,
all
there's-
of the 24 core evers and things like that. So you can do it by.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Hold on. Change number of cores to any. There we go. And then
family
if you scroll
all
down a
calls
bit,
out.
that should
Okay,
give
there we
you-
go. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, okay. So now if we if we roll down to what was our score again?
40 something. 1 second.
43,375.
Yes. 43379.
43.
That's not bad.
I was gonna say like
307th.
yeah, 43,379. 43. Oh, next one. 43. Oh no, a bit low. The scores are getting really tight around this area, so we're having to drop quite a lot.
307, I think JD said.
There it is. 306. Yeah, so 306 for the actual fastest Cinebench R23 in the world. So
not bad.
that's not too shabby. Like
Not
like
bad.
considering this is the this is like the no rules one, like the fastest chip you can go. That's not too shabby.
Yeah. Nice. Now we look up all of JD's scores.
Yeah.
Where are your scores, JD?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, cool.
Excellent.
Yeah. And like all things considered, we did this in 3 hours.
Yes.
And we haven't even checked if we could get better cooling and stuff like that and blah blah blah.
And then JD was just like, please no.
Yeah.
20. 20. Oh. Hold on. Click on the thing. 24 core rankings? I think that's right. Yeah.
What score did you just run for that? 16,492. 16,492.
There you go.
149.
149th in the world.
For
Nice.
24 core CPUs anyway.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I think for 24 core CPUs is a bit arbitrary, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Just put benchware on your system. Benchmate. Just in case you've got that wrong. Benchmate, not benchware.
Right.
Mate. Cool. All right, that is it. I think we're done. How's that? What's the timer on? 3:36. Okay. Let's go back to Facecam a sec. All right. Cool. Do you want to have a look at the? Liquid metal and just see to sate your curiosity on that?
Yeah, just see what that does.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let. Yeah, just blue screened again on a Y cruncher. We're not entirely stable here, I don't think, but we got the score, so good enough. Should probably power supply off if you're going to start tinkering as well. Yeah. Cool. All right, so we got a short amount of time left. We're just going to start adding in a bit more liquid metal and also just look at the state of the liquid metal, I guess, just to see if there's anything to learn there. So yeah. Did I do your hard drives? No. I'll call you. Yeah, it's been a bad week. Benchmate requires very low-level access to ensure no cheating takes place, so Defender catches it. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
I'm expecting something at some point to spring. That has
Right.
gone wrong.
Oh, stretching legs. I was going to go over and peer, but actually better off just looking through the preview. What's next on TGOC? What the hell is... Oh, Two Guys Overclock. Yeah, I was very confused for a moment there.
Two guys over clock.
Nothing at the moment, yeah. I think we're... Although we're practicing these, we're doing them sparingly.
There we go.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot there, but like that's just how it looks, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of the time. Can you do up the other post for me? Because I can't quite that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm coming in with my little girl hands.
It's also just the angle whilst holding this.
Shall I get the pliers and just tweak those?
Sure. Okay.
We can just stop doing that.
It's okay, I could get even more obscure references. Oh yes. It's an excellent name.
I'm doing this left-handed, so if anyone's just like, oh, you're knocking the RAM, I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm doing this cack-handed. There we go.
Excellent. Good.
Yes.
Would you be a deer and hold this now?
I got it. All right, let's see. Did the temps ever get that hot? Not really, no. We managed to stay at like low 80s, like 81, 82 were our absolute maximum temperatures. So yeah, we were never thermally limited. Part of me kind of expected lower temperatures, considering we'd liquid metalled and everything. However, also as Reploid just said, lapping the CPU would help. The cooler, I don't think so. Like this water block already has a really, really thin cold plate. Like when there's no markings on it, you can actually see slight deformation in the base of it where it's already so thin. The CPU, you could definitely lap that, I guess.
Yeah, and I think you might get some mileage there.
Yeah. So yes, more liquid metal will just overflow. It might, we don't know. I mean, we'll fire it up and we'll let it rip again and we'll just see if anything just massively changes, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a nice mirror.
But also, yeah, just with regards to if it's too much, it's why I'm mostly focusing it on the middle part.
Yeah.
Just because if it is a smidgen too much, it'll just go outwards towards the edge of the CPU as opposed to off the edge of the CPU.
Is there mileage in just spreading a bit on the bottom of the water block? Just to make sure that's actually like bonding, if you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because it doesn't look like it's bonded very well, but also it's a mirror sheen. It's a mirror sheen everywhere on the bottom of the water block, as well as where the LM is. So it's actually kind of difficult to see where the liquid metal has actually adhered and whether it's just smeared, if you see what I mean. Yeah. Blind leading the blind there, I think. Base of the water block is where Matt meant break the surface tension. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
well,
right.
Let's try that and see where we go. Yeah.
Give it a bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, the surface tension is extremely odd with how that works. Because what Matt is referring to is if we don't break the surface tension, then we're kind of just squidging the liquid metal. Whereas if we do break the surface tension, instead of doing that, we actually end up with a bond like that, where it's got a little, where it's actually bonded to both sides, if that makes sense. It's kind of difficult to describe. I can't find the words to describe it. I know what he's getting to, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I did spread initially a little bit on the bottom of the cooler as well, just from a cotton bud.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll bash it over there a couple of times and we'll see if the temperatures have dropped, and that will let us know if we had any more. Well, again, we weren't thermally limited, but it will let us know whether the cooling setup was good. Because, we weren't going for extreme cooling performance, but if we don't get a meaningful improvement here, I think we can reasonably assume that we did good with the cooling. And that is also interesting, because it means that on first attempt, it was a good application.
Yeah. Good, good, good.
Here we go.
Wee.
Did you see the new Arctic Aero?
Liquid Freezer 3.
The Liquid Freezer 3. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks a lot nicer than the other ones do. Apparently the mounting is still a pain in the ass. Although that might just be Gamers Nexus bitching.
I mean, Little bit of column A,
Yeah.
a little bit of column B.
Mostly
Mostly the mount being terrible.
Yeah, I still don't know how much I like the front of it. I think it looks more attractive. I just think there are still other AIOs that are prettier, and like they can make it look any way they like. So they could have made it look prettier. However, I think it's an improvement on the old versions. It certainly looks nice enough that I would actually consider having one in my own system now. Whereas the old, whereas the old Liquid Freeze, I'm just like, oh, I want a prettier cooler. You know, I was willing to sacrifice 2% of cooling performance to have something that looked pretty.
Don't you have a Z73?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be more like 25%?
The Z73 is fine. Yeah, like they
aggressively throw shade.
Yeah, well, it's fine. Like it's not amazing, but it's fine, basically.
Do we pass? So far, so good.
Let's go back to Le Capture.
Dun 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 dun.
43069. And our 43069, we've gone a little bit slower.
Yes, because we're not in real time.
Oh,
because
right,
we've got hardware monitor.
Oh,
sorry,
okay,
hardware
yeah.
info open, etc.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so what were the temps in that case?
314 watts, 81C.
Yeah, fine. Basically the same then.
Yeah, no massive improvement.
Yeah. Yep. All right then. I wouldn't be surprised if people create custom pump fans since it's removable. Yeah, I kind of liked that idea. That it has modding potential.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, especially because also I don't really care about the VRM fan.
I do, only in the sense of kind of makes sense to have one.
I mean, it doesn't do any harm, but
Yeah.
I personally don't think it's useful. Because I have not seen any situation where VRM temperature is actually a problem in any meaningful way. Like it might be kind of relevant if you're running no case fans, but like you've got to be running you've got to have the worst airflow in the world before your VRM temperatures might be in danger. And that also means that you're running a high-end CPU and a lower-end motherboard as well, where the VRMs might actually be struggling, because any high-end board has massive overkill VRMs anyway. So I don't think the VRM fan is necessary. It does cool the VRMs, yes, but like your VRMs don't need more cooling. So yeah, I don't think it matters. Oh, face cam, yeah, hold on. Bam, there we go. So yeah, I don't think it actually matters. So yeah, the fact that it can be removed from the new ones means that you could potentially put on your own custom front end for it. And that's actually kind of cool, because that would give you all of the performance of the cooler with your own custom pump front. And now we're talking about that, I'm like, oh, that's a wicked idea. Hello 3D printed custom front mount, you know. Or custom pump face, you know.
Accumulated CPU temperature, 473 Celsius.
What does that mean? Are we collecting degrees? You know?
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to call them rooms now because it makes more sense. Yeah, it's true. With everything getting more power hungry, I guess it would become a problem. I mean, most VRMs are still colossally overspec'd, and the efficiency of them are high enough that it doesn't matter. Like, VRM efficiency is actually really good in most instances. So yeah. Cool. Right, so
Yes?
oh yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. So it looks like our cooling mount was fine. And like all things considered, yeah, we were we were getting like low 80s from near 350 watt loads, which is still pretty good going.
Yes.
Because that's not a small amount of heat. And yeah, I guess if we wanted to do one more test, we would put just some Arctic MX4 on there and see what happens. However, we have been going for 3 hours and 50 minutes. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap up. I think that's a test for another day. The next time we're running, if we tried running with MX4 first and we're like, oh God, we can't get good temperatures, we'll know that the liquid metal was actually worth it. But today, we weren't interested in testing the cooling system. We were interested in being cool enough. So we just went in with everything we could. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, that liquid metal seemed to work pretty well. When I saw the liquid metal get delivered, I was like, oh, are you sure? Are we really doing this? But that seemed pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Easy.
I've enjoyed this conversation in English.
So have I.
Yeah. All right, thanks for everyone for tuning in. We won't be here next Saturday.
No.
Are we doing Two Guys Talk Tech next Saturday? No. Okay. Fair enough. No. We won't be here next Saturday because we're both away. So we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
With something else. Probably just a Tinker video. The next video will be... I've got 2 possibilities, actually, I think. So I can't remember. I'm probably going to put out the Tascam video.
Oh, yes.
Have I uploaded that?
You've uploaded it and shared it in the exclusive content.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, it was the other video that I edited that I haven't uploaded yet, which was an easy MacBook repair. So, yeah. Tascam voice recorder USB replacement. So, just a USB replacement, but it was an interesting teardown. So, yeah. And then, yeah, that's it. Right. We are leaving. Twitch tomorrow. Thanks a lot. Bye, everyone. See you all soon. I'm going to hit stop stream now.
Goodbye.
Doodles.
Oh.
Close. Oh, no, is that actually jammed? I actually can't see the stop streaming thing.
Can you refresh the page?
Refresh the page?
What
it wants me to sign into Reddit with google.com.
What if you resize the page?
Okay, I need to go. Look, this is what's happening here.
Oh dear.
Display capture. I can't get rid of this. It won't go away.
You'll have to close the browser and reopen it, I guess.
What if I break that out into a new window?
Oh, there we go.
That solved it. Okay. Bye.
Goodbye.